Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stocks and Stuff. It is Wednesday night. Crypto went crazy, and I'm back from the Phillies game early so we could do a show. So here we go. Let's get rolling. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. Non-intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody today? Hope you guys had a great day like crypto was. Holy cow, look at that thing ripping. Look at that. Bitcoin back at 69,000. These things are flying right there, that's for sure. Ethereum over 2,000. Look at that green candle right there. Ripple had a nice green candle. Solana's a nice green candle. How about these guys, Austin? I mean, how crazy is with this stuff? UPXI, we did say that looked really good, right? BMNR, that was ripping there today as well. And what about your SBET right there, up 12%? Holy cow, Austin, what a day. Are you like, how crazy is this guy? Because on Sunday, you brought it to our attention, Austin, and I said, wow, that stuff's looking great. I thanked you 100 times for bringing it to our attention. Now, I didn't even do anything about it, but I hope you guys did, because crypto is crazy, and we talked about it, and holy cow, what a craziness right there. I mean, talk about calling it and nowing it. You guys know, you listened to the show last night and Sunday night. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? Is that crazy? So crazy, right, Austin? Just the beginning. I agree. I mean, that was wild right there. You came through, Austin, mentioned it and brought it to our attention, and thank you. That's why this show's awesome, guys. Like I say, I just sit here and tell you what the charts look like and what's going to happen in the market. And you guys bring a lot of great stuff to the table. Obviously, Laptop Travel's been bringing great content and great stock tickers to the table since day one, basically. Luis Rodriguez almost since the beginning as well, and so many other people. So that's what makes the show so great. And that's why I always say, put the stock tickers in there, because there's never a bad one. I mean, Consistency Spikes likes to look at the ones already dipping down. I like them too. There's never any bad ones to look at, to be honest with you, because them ones dipping down are eventually going to bottom, and they're going to pop back up. There's always something setting up, and there's always something ready to come back down. It's just the way the market works. So there you go. And let's go through and see what's going to be popping, because I mean, we nailed this market perfectly the last 2 days. How crazy is that? And I hope everybody had a great day. I did well with the Qs today as well, in the Discord and trading, live trading. So that was always nice, and everything else. So yeah, let's get to it. Like I said Sunday, I said, let's have a great week, right? Like, who was that guy that hit the 3 home runs? I can't even remember his name. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you his name if I had to, right? If someone had a gun to my head and told me I had to pick out his name, I don't know if I could do it. Maybe if someone put up 3 choices and let me see if I can figure out this guy's name. Go ahead. That's a good game right there. And I'm going to tell you, I had my first day of vision therapy. Holy cow, guys. I'll try to get through the show. I didn't understand why they told me that this stuff was going to be like hardcore. And I have to do it every single day at my house, like at least 15 minutes a day. Like, I have homework every single day with vision therapy. But man, I'm telling you, my head is just like, I left there and I was like, wow, I'm screwed up. Like, if this is the way I feel, and they basically did like nothing yet, and they had to like scale it back because I'm in such bad shape. Holy cow, guys. I mean, my vision and eye tracking and all that stuff from my brain injury getting hit in the head is so bad. You don't realize it until somebody does these tests that you should be able to do like normal people. And I am so bad at it. Like, now I have these blue and red glasses too. That's fascinating. They had this whole computer. So I'll tell you, because this might be some of the most interesting things. I remember when I went to concussion therapy, I did that for 9 months, for 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 days a week, 3 weeks, 3 days a week for 9 months after I got hit in the head. And I remember everyone was like, I've never heard it. I never heard of it either. I didn't even know they had concussion therapy until I ended up in it for 9 months. And everyone's like, what the heck do you do in there? And I would always say it was the most bizarre thing ever. Like, and somehow it worked. Like, I tell you, my the lady that I went to, Sarah, she straight saved my life. Like, she was incredible, like way better than all the doctors. Let's put it that way. So yeah, she knew what she was doing. And it's basically a lot of the stuff that she was doing was kind of vision therapy stuff, but she's not a vision therapist. She's a PT person. But Joshua Baez, that's his name. If you would have put 3 names up there, I might not have gotten it there, Luis Rodriguez. It would have been pretty funny, but thank you. That's his name. I said it the other day. We're going to smash this market this week, and we certainly will. But yeah, back to vision therapy real quick. And So yeah, I did that concussion therapy, and like I said, Sarah, she knew it. She was great. So I would do like these things, and like people would ask what I did. I would literally, God, I'd walk around with a popsicle stick. I'm not even kidding. Like I'd have a popsicle stick in my hand, and literally, she would draw a smiley face at the top of it. I'm not even kidding. This is what I did, and I'd have to walk around and try to walk with my feet. Like if you were like doing like if you got pulled over, you're doing a sobriety test where you have to walk with your feet together. I'd have to try to do that and look at this thing and then like move it back and forth and do all that was just one thing. There was all kinds of stuff, but that was just like one of the things I did. And I couldn't even do it. Like it was just so bad. Like try it. It's kind of weird, but I can't do it. Like she'd have to stand next to me so I didn't fall over every time we started something new. Like my balance and everything was just so off. Like I'd like almost fall over. She'd have to stand there and catch me. So yeah, it was pretty wild. Like you don't real I guess you don't realize it until you're trying to do these tests that normal people can do. But yeah, today, holy, like my brain feels like it's like in a different galaxy right now. I can't even explain it. And I could tell immediately after I did this vision therapy. I'll tell you what I was doing. It was fascinating to me. I had these red and blue glasses on, and then like you look at like she had these like films or something, and they were like on this light, like almost like an X-ray machine, I guess, like where you'd read the X-ray. Picture that, I guess. And then there was like two slides, and they were like these two different ropes, like a rope, like a round rope. And then like they'd put them together and make them move apart and stuff. And oh my god, it was like hold. And then they'd be like, when hold for 5 seconds and try to make it one rope. It would always be like double vision rope. It would be so weird, and you'd have to blink. So if you blink a bunch of times and close your eyes, then it like you open them up, and then like you can try to get focused again. It's so weird, guys. I'm telling you, it was the most bizarre thing. But like I was just like, holy cow! It like worked my brain so hard. They had to scale it back a little because it was like too difficult at first. So they had to like make it a little less. And they were like, "Yeah, you'll be here for a while." I'm going. I know I'm gonna be here for a while. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be like 5 months of my life, guys. I gotta go do it. I gotta do it every single day. How crazy is that? Except the days that I go there. They're the days I don't do it. So yeah, I do this every single day now for the next 5 months. I'm telling you, my head is going to be out to lunch. So I get why they told me that I better scale back on what I do, and that's why I at the same time like my schedule is going to change with Dougie and his schooling and stuff. So the morning show would have been tough, but the doctor told me straight up, he's like, pick one of your shows. So I would definitely try to scale back on that. He's like, I don't know if that's going to work out for you so well, and I was like, well, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I can do the morning one because of my schedule, at least for like a month or two. And he's like, well, that's the one you're going to kind of stop doing right now for a little bit because he's like, this is going to kill you. And I'm like, all right. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he's wrong. Holy cow. Like, I couldn't get up tomorrow to do a show. I know it. My brain's going to be out to lunch. Anyway, that was vision therapy. So, about that, Austin, some interesting stuff. And then, yeah, I went to the Phillies game, and I'm already back, but we left a little bit early. It was Dougie's first Phillies game. I'll tell you about that real quick, and then we'll roll right through the market. So we went there, met my buddy Jesse. Thank you very much for having us go with you. And we met some other friends there as well. And yeah, the Phillies stadium's cool, though. They have like this whole entire playground for like the kids. So it's really, really neat. And they have like a big field where the kids can run around, and then somebody can bat and they pitch it to you like wiffle ball, and the kids hit it out to each other. And then they also have like the Fanatic pitching thing, and then they also have the hot dog machine thing where you're gonna like take the Philly Fanatic hot dog machine that he shoots out the hot dogs with, and then like try to hit a target for the kids. So that's cool. And then a big climbing wall, like a Fanatic in Philadelphia climbing wall. It's pretty cool. So the lines of some things were pretty crazy, but we did the pitching thing, and then the hot dog machine. They were pretty cool, and so we did that. Dougie had a soft pretzel that was shaped like a Phillies P, then some water ice and everything else. And yeah, he was loving it. He absolutely loved it. And Phillies won 4-1. They beat the Miami Marlins. They played really well. And then even to top it off, you want to hear a crazy? Here you go. Here's your crazy story from the Phillies game. Not that crazy, but it's funny. So we're out in right field. Harper's out there. Dougie and his buddy both have a Harper shirts on, and they had a sign line. They have season tickets. We went with them, so they have season tickets right there, and so they go all the time. And they have a sign that says, Harper, ring the bell, blah blah blah. So in between innings, he's out there warming up and all, Luis Rodriguez, and so he at the end, he always throws the ball over. He throws it right over to us, like literally right to my buddy. He throws it right to him, and it bounces off his hand, and then it like hits the ground right next to me, and it looked like a ping pong, like what the heck is it called? What the heck's that game? I can't even think of that game where it's like shoots all over the ball. Pinball. That's what it looked like. It looked like a pinball. It hit like the corner of the concrete where the seats are, and it like shot off, and it was bouncing back and forth around the concrete on the ground like really fast. And I'm like, holy shit, I couldn't even follow this thing. And then like it was like right next to me, and we're talking about the baseball, and I went to lean down and pick it up, and I could have easily picked it up. And like some little girl was standing right next to me, and like she's like leaning down to try to pick up the ball, and I see her, and I obviously would have had it before her, but I looked at her and I said, you go ahead and take it. And she picked it up and looked at me with like the biggest smile from like ear to ear. She picked it up and like jumped like 4 feet in the air and like ran up to her parents. And I was like, well, that was cool because I wasn't going to take the ball from the girl. So obviously, so yeah, it was pretty funny. I was telling my buddy, I'm like, you realize like I could have picked up the ball, but that girl was like she was like trying to lean down to pick it up at the same time. And I was just like, you take the ball. So Dougie could have had a ball, but it's all good. And so yeah, there you go. But yeah, Harper threw one right there. But I don't even know why. I couldn't even see. The sun was like in our eyes. I couldn't see anything. I'm telling you, my eye tracking, guys, is so bad. I've realized now, like it's like I don't see things like I don't even see things happen sometimes. I just miss it completely. But anyway, let's get back to the show here and look at some stocks, laptop travel, and everybody else. Enough of my day, and I hope you guys had a good day. Let's see what's going on here because, like I said, crypto is ripping right there. How about that Amazon? That wasn't looking too bad today. That was shooting up there. Google is kind of hanging out. It looks like it's trying to get set up. And let's just go through the SPY. That was bouncing around. It says it was green. It did go up, but it was up a little bit higher over there. Where was I don't even know. Was it green? I guess it did finish up because it opened up down here, as a matter of fact. So it had to be green. And so your SPY was up a little bit right there. And then your Qs, they did go up right there. So they were pretty nice. There were some nice channels going on. And what else? Oh, they were going up over here. I was looking at the after hours right there, but they were going up over here. They did take a nice dip, but then they went up right there. Then they kind of went down a little bit, and I was looking at the after hours. They went up pretty good. I didn't even notice that because obviously I was at the game, so I had no idea. They went up pretty good in the after hours right there, them Qs. So I'll be taking a look at them as well. And then IWM right here, that was up and bouncing around, it says. But again, another one kind of just came in, bounced around, came up a little, pulled back some, and then I guess it finished up there. So there you go with your indices, and we'll see how they look in the morning when we're doing the old Discord. But that's what your heat map looked like, and you got to look at it, like AVGO and them things. They got smashed to pieces there. Healthcare went nuts, and obviously the one to talk about. I mean, how can you not talk about it? Moderna right here, 176%. It was up $111. Holy cow. And they're talking about like the fact that they might have cured cancer or something. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. I have no idea. It doesn't even say anything. Like, look, it says, I read this and I don't even make sense of it. Moderna Merck phase 3 trial of MRNA, which is the same type of kind of vaccine, well, same kind of what the heck word am I looking for, formula, I guess I'll say. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'll use it because I can't think of any other words. But anyway, that's what they used for COVID, Moderna. That's what they were using, mRNA, and we know how good that worked. I think I said that yesterday. Did I say that before? Maybe I said, I said it in the Discord today with Ben. But anyway, the phase 3 trial of mRNA melanoma therapy intismer. I don't know what the hell these words are. Intismernin. I don't know. Plus Keytruda meets primary and key secondary endpoints. William Blair upgrades Moderna to outperform from market perform after positive three cancer vaccine results with Merck. So they had it with Merck. And so it was like a joint effort with Merck, I guess. So what is Merck? I forget. MRK. That's what I think it just said that. And Merck was going up pretty well too, right there, obviously. So you can see their phase 3 right here, top line data, blah blah blah, met primary and key secondary endpoints. So again, it didn't say that it really even cured anything. You're only in phase 3. I'm pretty sure it still has some other things that has to go. I'm not so sure it like actually cures anything right here. Let's see if this said anything more. Let me see. They're gonna file submission for something, and yeah, so like I read that and it doesn't really tell me a whole lot, to be honest with you. But these things went absolutely crazy today, and I don't even understand it, to be completely honest with you. Like, did they cure cancer or no? I mean, the only time that thing should run like that is if they like 100% cured cancer, and I don't think that they did. So I have no idea. Does anyone else have any clue about this Moderna thing? Luis Rodriguez, you're our expert in this field, obviously. Talk to me about this, please. Put in the chat. What the hell is going on with Moderna? Did they cure cancer? Like, I don't think they did, because it doesn't seem like in these trial, like you're only in phase 3 trial, and it doesn't seem like, yeah, they had good key and secondary endpoints and all, but it doesn't sound like it's like set in stone that this thing is like curing cancer. I don't know. What am I missing here, Luis Rodriguez? How the hell did this thing go up 176% today? I don't get it. I mean, obviously it got short squeezed and people were just buying it just for shits and giggles because it was already going up. We know that was happening. But how the heck was it already moved? Like, how did it go up so high right there? And like, who knew that this day? Like, it didn't look like it wanted to run right there. If I looked at a chart, because I obviously went through it again, and I was saying, like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have picked that out. Like, even if we looked at it, I couldn't have picked that out. So I'm not sure what I'm missing here, Luis Rodriguez, or anybody else that has any insight on this thing. But please share your insight with us, because I need to know, because this thing is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, could you imagine if you had options? They were up over like 500,000%. Like, that's like you were making like over on $1,000, you would have made like over $5 million or something crazy. Like, have you ever heard of anything like this? Like, there was something the other day, like Q's or something did something, but that's the Q's. Like I said, to go up 500,000% on option calls, they have to have cured cancer, and I don't think they did. So please, somebody let me know what the heck is going on there. And yeah, that's my take on Moderna right there. And I tried to look into it, and like I said, I just don't understand what the heck is going on here. Doesn't seem like it's that crazy. I mean, I guess it's really good, but it doesn't seem that crazy. And like I said, this mRNA, the way they do that with I mean, I know how it works. I won't get into it that much, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't see this thing working that well. So maybe I'm missing something, guys. But anyway, that's your Moderna talk right there. And obviously, healthcare was already exploding. UNH kept dipping down right there. Oscar benefited. That was going back up right there. And MOH dipped down a little bit as well and doesn't look so perfect. So very interesting right there. That's for sure. But Moderna definitely ran. And what did Pfizer do? I never even looked at that. That spiked up just because of shits and giggles, probably. Like, people, yeah, look, that's exactly what it says here. Merck and Moderna mRNA cancer vaccine data sparks sector rally, lifting Pfizer 3%. Literally, for shits and giggles, that went up over 3% because of just because people were buying Moderna and Merck like crazy. How crazy is that, guys? I mean, how wild is that? That's wild. But anyway, there you go for your healthcare. And there was a lot of talk about that today as well. So if anybody can give me insight on that, please feel free to put that right into the chat for us, because I just don't see what's happening there unless they absolutely did cure cancer. But here we go. Let's see. Could Meta bounce back up a little bit right here? It did today, but I think it's still kind of parachuting its way down, is what it looks like. Microsoft trying to bounce back up. Your service now was up pretty good there, Lewis. Holy shit, that did bounce up even higher right there. Snow is pulling back, though. That was coming down. Doesn't look terrible, but it did come out of the basement. But your service now right there is a beauty. Look at that bad boy. That did pop up real nice. How about that? And the video right here was down a little bit as well, and that continues to dip down right there. But Tesla looking strong there today, and Tesla's looking strong. What the heck did they do? I have no idea. Something, but this was yesterday, deploying 500 Tesla semi trucks across North America at some point. So there you go. And yeah, I have no idea, but I saw Tesla ripping up there today, so that was looking pretty good. And let's see what about oil right here. USO, it is just kind of hanging out still. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look bad. It has that resistance right there. You can clearly see that at 135. And could it continue to go up? Yeah, it's over the MACD. It's flat right there. It could try to continue to go up. And the crazy part is it looks like it wants to set up as it goes through September, which is probably not a good thing for Trump going into these midterms. I mean, he's running out of time right here, guys. I'm not going to lie. He may get smoked in the midterms. That's what I have to say. I mean, look at Oxy setting up right here. This thing looks pretty good right there. I would say Oxy actually looks pretty good to continue to set up and try to run right there. And so we will keep an eye on it. But yeah, the markets are all over the place. Bitcoin's running for some odd reason. Look at gold today. Holy gold. Wow, that thing exploded right there after that dip yesterday. Wow, that went nutty. So gold's trying to explode. Silver's not looking bad right there. So what is going on with Bitcoin, gold, and silver all want to run like that? You got to think to yourself, something's happening right here. And obviously we knew that crypto was looking good on Sunday, Austin. I mean, nobody's going to deny, if you watch the show or hang out, that we did not think that crypto was looking good. Thanks to you. I mean, we go over crypto, but I wasn't necessarily looking at and I've been saying, it had been looking kind of good there, trying to set up, but I thought it was just going to bounce around. And then when we started to look at UPXI and SBET and them guys, and they looked really good. And I remember I said I thought Solana looked really, really strong. I mean, it looked crazy to me. And yeah, this thing exploded right there. I mean, it looked good. And remember, it held itself up perfect yesterday when the SBET and this one were put and BMNR were pulling back yesterday right there. They had looked good. And then you had that pullback and then explosions right there. I mean, that's crazy look. So, yeah, I'd say Bitcoin and crypto looking pretty good, but we were definitely ahead of the curve on it for some odd reason. I don't know why. I don't even know why is that even exploding. I have no idea why crypto is even exploding today, guy. I don't even understand. The Treasury doubles the long dated bond buyback, sparking, that's what sparked Bitcoin to get cruising right there was the Treasury doubles the long dated bond buybacks. I mean, I just don't understand. I'm just lost in this market. I think all I can do now is tell you what the charts look like. Like before I could kind of understand some of this stuff, I have no idea what's even happening sometimes. I was looking at crypto, like it's exploding right now. Like, what is even happening right there? I don't get it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't have to get it. All I have to do is look at the stock charts and we can tell you what's going to happen. That's the beauty of the stock charts. I can be an idiot and not be able to read, not be able to freaking function, but somehow I can tell you what the market's going to do like that. And it's so wild because the stock charts just tell you everything. But I got to read what yeah, you're not kidding, Austin. Scott Bessent, he worked the markets right there. I mean, they were starting to get in some crazy territories too. Let's be honest. And I say this all the time. I mean, they are so good at the stock charts in the White House. I mean, obviously, they're basing everything off of the stock market when they do things in the White House. I mean, it's a huge deal for Trump. Obviously, we all know that, but they are just so good at it that it's almost mind-boggling. Like you guys know I can look at stock charts pretty well. It's always been my thing. I'm not going to brag or pat myself on the back. I'll just say I'm pretty decent at it. I think I've proven I can do like pretty cool things. So anyway, they just blow my mind when we talk about this stuff. And you guys know every time I've ever said like, yeah, they better do something, it's like they listen to the show because the very next day they come out and pump that market like you've never seen before. Like they had already had the plan, like they already knew, like up. And then Dougie Fresh, he went on a show and he confirmed it for us. So let's get that market cranking. It's unbelievable. It's almost textbook. And why I don't play it like that is beyond, because at that time it's like the market looks like it's going to jump off that cliff, and then you just know that they're going to go like this and snap their fingers and do something. I don't even know what they're doing. Like it's not even like some of his tweets now don't even make sense where the market would run up at all or do anything. I mean, he's talking about like I don't know, some crazy stuff with Iran, I think, today, and some other crazy stuff. So yeah, I mean, the whole market's insane right now. So anyway, let's go through it and see what other crazy things we can pick out here, Austin. But here, oh yeah, you posted the Trump's latest True Social tweet on X feed. He sounds pretty desperate, and yeah, I'll read it because I'm pretty sure I saw it there, Luis Rodriguez. Here, let me pop it up here and see where it is. Did you tag me on it? I'm not sure. I didn't even look, but let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Here you go. It's right there. As a matter. Yeah, this is what I read. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I can't even highlight. Can I highlight that? Yeah. All right. No one has given the Islamic Republic of Iran a greater opportunity to make a deal than me. Tragically for them, they have failed to take it. Therefore, today I'm announcing the most crushing economic operation ever taken against any country. This will be economic warfare and isolation on unprecedented scale. Their navy's gone, their air force is destroyed, their military factories are now rubble, their currency's worthless, and their country's hanging by a thread. Today, I'm also announcing that any country that allows its financial institutions, businesses, airports, or government entities to provide any type of lifeline to Iran will itself face tremendous economic consequences. Now, you know that China, like, straight up, like, funds everything right now in Iran. So is he going after China, or is this like a Hail Mary? It's kind of odd when I was looking at it. I'm like, so is China's probably sitting there going, all right, here it comes. Like, let's go. And this is why, remember, guys, I've been talking about these drones. We need to get these drones shot out of the air immediately. You know it's going to happen soon. And oil smuggling, swap lines, cash transfers, exchange houses, ship registries, front companies. It all needs to stop now. You know who you are. Yeah, it's China, right? China and Russia, I'm guessing. And this will be an economic D-Day, and we need all of our allies to stand with the United States of America to isolate and defeat the Iran threat. These maniacs are on the ropes, and these historic measures will cripple them and their ability to project terror worldwide. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. I mean, that sounds like craziness right there, right? Like, I was reading that and I was like, wow, guy's nutty. Like, oh, he's not. We all know he's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, how crazy is that? That sounds pretty desperate for sure. And yeah, I don't know what can he possibly be thinking right now. It's just kind of bizarre that he's in this situation. He may get crumbled in these midterms, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. And you know, Iran has no reason to try to work with him at this point. I mean, everything we've been saying about like what Iran was going to do, they've basically been doing. I mean, there's the carrier pigeon. He isn't talking to anybody. No shit's happening. No deals are going down. He's threatening economic things right now. And then nothing's happening, guys. Like, you know what's happening? I'll tell you what happens, Luis Rodriguez. He does that, and then somehow my PSE&G bill goes through the roof. My food cost goes nuts, and it costs more when I go to the gas station. As a matter of fact, I was talking to the dude from the gas station today. Yeah, even though we live in New Jersey, I hop out and just pump my own gas. You're even not supposed to. But I told you the story about the guy. I always go to the same gas station like every single time, unless I'm like not in the state, I guess, or in the area. I literally just always go to the same place and just get out and do it myself. But the dude's awesome. He's the guy where I like saved his life when the dude was gonna like slice his throat with like a knife like this long. I've told the story before. If you don't know that story, I could tell it again another night. But yeah, so this guy, I was talking to him today, and he's like, "Man, it's been so slow lately." He's like, "Where is every?" He's like, "Is everybody on vacation, or just nobody can afford anything?" And I'm like, "I don't think anyone can afford anything. I know this is the time where summer's winding down. A lot of people are on vacations, but I do think the rest of the people are just hiding in their house, just trying to save whatever money they. Because the minute you walk out your door, you're just spending tons of cash. It's crazy, but yeah, I don't get it, and so yeah, there you go. But anyway, so yeah, I was talking to that guy and he thought the same thing today. So how crazy is that? Yeah, you see ETF 500s running, you know something's up with crypto. You're not kidding. Zach, dude, I wouldn't be surprised, Zach, if that thing goes ballistic, to be honest with you. Somebody else has the complete supply control. I mean, they bought it all up. And I mean, when you're talking, they put out some money. They put out some money. But they did it, I guess, while Solana's been down, and they were like, "Hey, this is an opportunity here." And yeah, they've been up on the show. They've posted on here. They control it all over there, and I'm telling you, they that thing may go flying. I'm not gonna lie. It actually doesn't look too bad. And so yeah, we'll see. I still have a bunch of it just because I never got rid of it. I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? Sell it while it's worthless? I mean, geez, that would be really that would be a genius idea. So it's just sitting there. So yeah, how crazy is that? And wow, yeah, must have been a wild small cap show. Wasn't that yesterday or Monday? Oh, it was Monday. The small cap show was Monday, Luis Rodriguez. But yeah, there you go. And what you say, damn, you guys have people pumping your gas out there. I only experienced that in Japan. Where are you? You're in like Minnesota, right? Yeah, Minnesota, right? Isn't that MN? Is that Minnesota? I don't even fucking know. I'm so retarded. I think it's Minnesota. And yeah, it's I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think there's like only two states left in the country that still like will pump your gas, and I don't even know if there's two left. New Jersey's definitely one of them. I know that, and like most places, like if you go to Wawa, like you definitely can't get out and do your own gas. Like they that's like a big job at Wawa's, like the gas attendant kid, and like it's honestly a good one because a lot of the like it's like a college kid kind of job. And so yeah, that's but yeah, they you definitely can't just hop out and pump your gas in New Jersey. At the gas station I go to, you can. That dude doesn't care. But yeah, he might be the only one. You do it anywhere else, and you get in trouble. I remember we pulled up at a gas station, and Dougie's only like ever seen me like just jump out of the car and just get out and just do the gas and talk to the guy real quick. And so he doesn't know, and we pulled up somewhere else and he was like, "Aren't you going to get out and do it?" And I'm like, "No, you actually can't." I said, "What I do is it like illegal all the time?" I'm like, but the guy doesn't care, obviously. Like I'm doing his job for him. He's cool as hell. I get out and talk to him and just do it. But yeah. Anyway, we still have somebody pump our gas in New Jersey. I mean, it's so crazy. Minnesota. Thank you, Zach, for telling me that. And so yeah, we definitely still have somebody. Is New Jersey the only state that does it? I don't even yeah, it might be because I think the other state that did it stopped and I forget what the hell, and I think it was like out west somewheres. I forget what it was. I can't even think of it. Maybe it was like Wyoming or something stupid. I don't remember, to be honest. In Wyoming, I've never even been there. It's probably beautiful. I'm just picking out a state. I really don't remember what it was. But yeah, New Jersey. If I like drove anywhere besides to the gas station that I always go to, I'd have to let them pump my gas for me because if you get out and do it, it's technically, I guess, illegal, right, Luis Rodriguez? Like you can get in trouble. I don't know if they ever do, but the gas attendant guy, they usually don't take long either. They usually, unless like the gas station's packed. But anyway, there you go. That's your New Jersey pumping gas news for this evening right there. And I have to talk. Well, let's keep on cruising right through because we're just sitting here talking about all kinds of good stuff. But I know Luis Rodriguez was posting up some stuff about about that Moderna stuff, and I know he knows a lot about that information, especially COVID. He definitely knows about the COVID vaccine. That's for sure. So I'll definitely have to go through that and read it. But let's cruise through the rest of this list because I'm curious because our semiconductors got slaughtered today. They just basically got wiped out right here. AVGO would have been a good one to short down, that's for sure. And then MU, that was bouncing around. Did it recoup right there? What a recovery. Wow, look at that recovery because it got destroyed there and then it recovered. And then in the after hours, it's even up. Wow. That's actually impressive. I'm impressed right there, to be honest. Sandus got destroyed. That's trying to recover in the after hours, but I'm not so sure how good they're going to look tomorrow morning, to be honest with you. But obviously, we'll be looking at them in the Discord and looking at everything else. TSM right here. That bad boy was pulling back. It says it's going up in the after hours. I'd have to see all of these tomorrow if they're really bouncing like that. Because look at AMD hitting the trend line. Maybe they are trying to bounce back up right here. So that would be interesting. The market is just so hard to read sometimes, but that looks like it should keep pulling back for like Intel. It looks like it should come right through that trend line, to be honest with you, right there. So I'll be checking all these out. TSEM, now that one looks like it should be coming down some more. And then that QCOM ran up again. Look at this thing. It was spiking up. I did see it did obviously pull back, but look at that thing. Wasn't that like the only one we said had a chance of running, and it actually did? That was pretty wild right there. And then SMCI, if I spell it correctly and not backwards, let's say that was down. And that I think that is going to pull back. It's probably going to try to roll off the MACD, and I think that after hours pop up may not hold, but we'll have to look at it again. And then your snow was dipping, and service now was ripping right there. So that looks like it's going to continue to go up there tomorrow, Luis Rodriguez service now. And look at CoreWeave still dipping down some. So very interesting market right here. Oracle was down at one point and it finished up, and it looks pretty good. And I'll tell you why it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good to bounce off this trend line and roll off this MACD at the same time. I think Oracle's getting set up right there. What do you guys think about that? Let me know because I do like that look right there. That is a pretty good look for Oracle. Take a look at that one. And Adobe, actually, as a matter of fact, I got to look at that over here real quick just to verify here. Yeah, that looks like it's rolling off the MACD and going to run back up over to 50. That's what it looks like to me right there. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that one. And Adobe looked pretty strong too as well, and looks like that one could try to continue to set up here and even get through that resistance at 280. So Adobe not looking so bad either right there. And let's see, Dell, that was dipping pretty hard right there. Look at that, right back to the 50. Does it bounce back off the MACD and the 50? It very well could. Dell's been very strong. I'm telling you, my entire my brain is out there. Like I bet my speech isn't that great. Like it's just like my brain is. I can tell it's just not even working. I'm telling you, that vision therapy was hardcore. It was crazy. It like really worked my entire brain till like it wasn't like normal. I don't know. It was bizarre. But anyway, so if I'm like fumbling my words or anything, I apologize. I probably do it on a regular basis, but I might be a little worse. And now you guys know why. I obviously wasn't drinking at the game, and yeah, I'm not intoxicated or anything. My brain's just out in left field from vision therapy. I'm telling you, it was that hardcore. It was wild. But IBM was another one that I was looking at to set up here and looking pretty good. So keep an eye on this to try to run up to that 50 as well. And IBM looking very nice. And oh my God, the prices at the sports games. I mean, we all know it's crazy, but the one thing that was real crazy, ice cream was insane. It was like $12 for a scoop of ice cream, and like like in one of them little hats. And if you used to go to like Denny's, I think it was Denny's back in the day, it was one of them chain restaurants like that, and like you would get the same thing. Like you'd get a sundae at the end, and they had this promotion for like ever. I think I remember I had all these little hats, but you'd get like this little baseball hat, like the baseball helmet, and then they put the ice cream in it, and then their helmet's your souvenir or whatever you get to keep. Well, they do that at the game, and it's literally like $12 for a scoop of ice cream in that helmet. I was like, holy cow, that's pretty expensive. But then they had water ice for like like half the price, and the water ice is banging. They have the Philadelphia water ice, and it's like it's really good. They don't add like any bull crap to it. It even has like a big sign like no preserve, no added anything. It's like gluten free, everything free. You can eat it no matter what. Dairy free, peanut free, allergy free. I mean, it's like friendly for everybody. Let's put it that way. They don't put anything in this stuff, and it's like really good. We got a mango one, and holy cow, it was delicious. And I'm like, who knows buying a $12 ice cream for the souvenir hat? I mean, it sounds kind of crazy. And you look around, there's a lot of that's the other thing I took notice to. You go to a baseball game, especially. I mean, I know every sporting event, like people just like are gluttonous and just eat so much. It's crazy when you look around. But like baseball, like you're sitting there for 9 innings, and you know, like after the seventh inning, they're gonna close that shit down. So you gotta like hit it before like the seventh inning obviously gets over. And I mean, people just buy every time. You would think like people are are starving, like when like we've never seen food before. The way you see people consuming food at a baseball game, it's absolutely bonkers. I mean, they do have a lot of good choices too. I'm not gonna lie, and it's always fun to go to the ball game and eat. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But when you look at the prices of these things, you're like, Jesus, this is like crazy. You know, like it's like $100 to just get like a food item, like two things. You're just like, what the heck is going on? And then you think about it, you're like, and this shit's not that good. It's like stadium food. Like they have a lot of great choices. It's okay to be in a stadium, like like a sausage and pepper sandwich or like sausage, peppers, and onions on like a long roll. Yeah, I mean, you really can't mess it up. It's gonna taste good. You're at a stadium. It tastes decent. But the price of it, like you could definitely get better ones for way cheaper, or even make like 10 of them yourself. But anyway, yeah, it's just crazy. You're like, well, for the price, I don't know if it's really that good. So when you think about it that way, but I mean, holy cow, people are just buying everything there. And I guess today, the game started at 6:05, so I'm assuming a lot of people are just like getting there right from work, and so you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna get my dinner there. Completely understandable. I put that into perspective as well. But again, if you ever go to baseball games, it is just one of them observations. People just buy a ton of food. And then the 50/50s, does every like stadium have that now? Like every sport and stadium do the 50/50? I mean, that's just a cash cow. I looked up and it was worth like $18,000 or something, and you split it. So that's pretty wild if you hit it. I remember I went snowboarding with my buddy Dougie, another buddy Doug. It's funny when me and my buddy Doug were ever together, and then we had my little guy together. We'd be the three Dougs. It's pretty wild. You don't usually see three Dougs in the same spot, or even two. But now me and Dougie, you see two a lot. But yeah, Doug, and like Doug's becoming like a popular name on like shows and TV commercials and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. So let's go back to the show and see what's happening here. But IBM looking pretty good right here. Look at that bad boy. I was telling you something about probably the stadium. I don't even remember. I know we were talking about how much people eat. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. My buddy Doug's friend, he actually hit the 50/50 at the Flyers game and won like $12,000. It was like a $25,000 pot jackpot, and he hit it. He like hit the 50/50, and he got paid out like 12 grand. You gotta like sign off the tax stuff right there, then and there that night. You gotta do all the tax stuff. Pretty wild, huh? But anyway, so them 50/50s are crazy. That's a lot of money there. When you go to a game, you throw 20 bucks in and you end up hitting it. That would be a hell of a night right there. So something else I've observed that at all the sporting events, but I was just wondering, I think they're everywhere now. Like I remember when they first started, actually, I think like the Flyers might have been like some of the first ones that I had ever seen do it. Was the Flyers organization. Now, like I said, the Phillies do it, the Sixers do it. They all do it. I mean, it's a cash cow. Why not? But yeah, I know the Flyers were doing it. I know for a fact the longest, and so yeah, I don't know who really started doing that. I remember me and my buddy used to talk about something like that, like years and years ago, before it ever even happened. and my buddy was like the equipment manager for them. I told you stories about that, and we used to say that all the time. Like they should have some kind of raffle deal, like something here. And then they ended up doing a 50-50 at the. I remember they had it at the Flyers and the Phantom. I don't think the Phantoms ever had it. The Flyers definitely have it. They get pretty big jackpots. Like I said, when that dude won that jackpot for the Flyers and won that like 12 or 13, it was like 12 grand, I think, and it was more than 10. I know that. But when he won that, they weren't doing this at other sporting events yet. So that's how long ago that was. And I know for a fact, I remember we had just gone snowboarding. We went out to Colorado together. We took a snowboard trip. I used to go with my buddy Doug all the time, and we'd have a blast. But anyway, we had gone, and his buddy had gone with us, and it was the year that he had won. And we haven't gone in like a long. It's been many years, and so yeah, I'm telling you, this was like a long time ago. Like I said, the Flyers been doing it for a long time. I know they were doing it way before the other sporting events, but I don't know how long it's been around for other teams and stuff like that. But like I said, I know the Flyers been doing it forever, and it is crazy. Like I mean, like I said, like talking $20,000 jackpots when you go and a 50-50. What did I say, 2020, a 50-50, and I was thinking about my eyes, I guess. But yeah, a 50-50 raffle when you go to a sporting event. A $20,000, you split the jackpot prize with the team. So it's $20,000. You're walking with like 10. But these things go soaring. I mean, some of them are like way higher. And you go to an Eagles game, these things will crank up to like 40 grand, 50. It's crazy. Obviously the Phillies weren't like completely sold out. You go to like I said, the hockey, the Flyers are like always sold out for the most part. Them tickets always sell, and they're pretty packed. And yeah, that raffle is always a lot of money. Like every time I ever go, it's a ton of money for them. It's always over $20,000 at the Flyers games every single time. So you think about it, every single home game that they have, right? They have a 50-50 raffle, and they make like $10,000 right then and there. I mean, obviously running a stadium is a lot of money, but they make an extra 10 grand every single game that they open just to do a 50-50 raffle. How crazy is that? Like they weren't doing that back in the day. There's just so many ways that it's just a like you're just in there, they just like vacuum your money away from you. But at the same time, one person gets lucky and has a story of their life where they won a bunch of money at a sporting event when they show up and go because there's a 50-50 raffle. I mean, just a wild betting world we live in, guys. Before sports betting was completely illegal, now it seems like it's like the American way. Cannabis used to be illegal. Now it seems like it's the American way. Is it not so weird how things work? Like the government tells you these things are so bad for you and you shouldn't do them. And then all of a sudden, when they figure out the way or pass the bills to get their hands on these things and actually start profiting from it and making money, all of a sudden, they don't give a shit about you. Even though it was bad for you, they don't give a shit. They don't care. Now it's the greatest thing in the country. And I mean, it's so crazy, guys. I mean, cannabis is a good thing for a lot of reasons, but I mean, it is crazy how many dispensaries just pop up all over. It's wild. They don't do that business right. All it is it's geared, and I've told you it's developed and made, and everything about it is so that the states make money. Let's put it that way. No one else. I mean, people are shifting money around. Let's put it that way. But no one's really making money. Not when you're touching the plant. And non-ancillary companies will do well, but if they're touching the plant somehow or involved in it, your overhead costs and everything are so crazy, it only seems like the state makes money, and that's the way it's set up. So it's so crazy with that as well. But again, how crazy is it that the government told you your whole entire life that it was so bad for you? It was so bad, so bad, so bad. And now it's like there's a dispensary on every corner in New Jersey. It's so bizarre. And sports gambling, like they would like arrest people for sports gambling, and now Go have at it. As long as you pay your taxes and report it all, they don't give a shit about it. And I mean, really, did they care before? These guys just, well, I guess that's why they cracked down on people that were doing it illegally, because they weren't paying taxes on it. If you had paid if they had paid taxes on it, they probably wouldn't have cared. But again, it was something illegal, so you'd go to jail. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, it's crazy. But it's not illegal anymore. You can do it all over the place. I mean, just bizarre, guys. IBM right here. And then on top of all that, they're going to open up the market, stock market, so that runs 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. I mean, are we just becoming a degenerate economy, like in a degenerate world completely? I mean, how much shit do you need to be going on 24/7 all the time at your fingertips like that? I mean, it's crazy. And then on top of that, you can bet on anything you want with like a poly market or whatever, Kalshi betting or whatever the heck it is, and all these other ones. And your no change is still way up there right there. But yeah, you have all this at your fingertips as well. So, I mean, you can literally bet if crypto's going up the next 20 minutes. I mean, Bitcoin up or down in five. Look at this, guys. Is Bitcoin going up or down in the next 5 minutes? That's what you can bet on right now. I mean, it's like, what the hell are we into? I want to figure it out. Let's see the 5 minute chart right here. Let's look at it. Let's see what it's going to do. Looks like it's going to pull back a little bit, but it is pulled back some more. Let me look at the minute chart here. Oh, yeah, it's going to pull back. Let's put our money on the next 5 minutes. Pulling. That's a good spot to put it on, too, I would say, because it topped out right there. Maybe you get a little bounce up, but that bad boy is pulling back a little bit in the next couple minutes. That's for sure. And, that's what it looks like to me anyway. Maybe like I said, it's going to try to bounce up a little bit. We'll see if this candle gets green. We'll have to look at it. But yeah, that 5 minute chart. And plus it was all the way up here on your minute chart coming out of your top. So it could pull back a little, try to bounce up, but it should try to pull down. Let's see. That next candle should be down, but it's got to be 5 minutes later after you put the bet in or whatever it is. That's when it has to be up or down. So you got to like time it perfect. But yeah, look, this thing looks like it's going to try to pull back a little. And then it might roll right off that MACD. You might get a little. There you go. Bam, guys. Look at that. Woohoo! Look at that call right there. If we were degenerates, who just bet that right there? I mean, how crazy is that? You have 2 minutes and 25 seconds to keep this thing down right there. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to happen. That's the crazy part with a 5 minute bet, because I mean, these things are so crazy that it should keep coming down. But once it hits this 20 area, you might get an extreme bounce right back up. But it should keep coming down right there. How do you like that candle? Though? If you would have shorted that right there, that candle would have paid pretty tremendously on 0 DTEs. I mean, you could have sold it right there, but you're probably about to see another one come down. Let's see. And again, it never hurts to actually try to, if you get them big candles and you can get them all the way at the bottom like that, like or all the way at the top like this, and then you sell it, it doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna lie, because you never know, that thing could come down even though it went up a little bit more. But yeah, how about that nice candle? It does look like is it gonna try to roll off? Let's see. I'll tell you in a second. Now I think it's coming down, guys. Elder 15 looks pretty decent right there. I still think we come down closer to the 20. How interesting is this, guys? Is this not fascinating? We're looking at minute Bitcoin right here, and we won't look at it for any longer than this next minute. I'm just curious if this candle comes down again. If this comes down to the 20 area, it would be great, and you should have it timed out. Yep, there you go. How about that, guys? How about that? 58 seconds. I mean, is that beautiful or what? I mean, watch it spike through the moon before that 58 seconds is up. Watch this. This will be fascinating. I still think it comes down to the 20. I think it comes down more. And maybe even breaks that, possibly. It is dipping down right there. And this is the minute chart, so don't base anything off of it. But 30 seconds to go, everybody. We have to keep an eye. Let's not see a crazy. Watch at 1 second. It spikes through the freaking moon right there. And that would be the luck, probably. And somehow these things are algorithms probably have them timed out perfectly for some crazy spikes for that or something crazy. I don't know. But you have 10 seconds left. So count it down, and everybody just made a fortune on that 5-minute call right there. There you go. Look at that. Bitcoin down 5 minutes. We nailed it, everybody. Look at that call from up here all the way. That's a hell of a call right there, people. So I don't know. How'd you like that? Did you just have fun doing that for 5 minutes? So I don't think we've ever done that on the show before, to be honest with you. And but yeah, how fascinating is that? A 5-minute call right there. Here comes your next 5 minutes. We're not going to do it again, but I obviously I should have played that. How about that? We should have played that thing. This looks like it might dip down even harder right here. I don't really care. It's the minute chart anyway, and it was just fascinating. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Oh, look at that call. Oh, right to the 20, guys. There you go, everybody. Did you like that, everyone? How'd you like that, Zach? Michael Anthony, did you like that call right there? Did you trade that on the 5-minute Bitcoin trade right there? I mean, that was gorgeous. We should clip that call. That right there was pretty. Just we did it live right there. And anyone get into that? Anyone trade that? Laptop, did you trade that? You're usually the one that'll do something like that. Yosef, are you listening right now, Yosef? Did you trade that right there? Yosef is the one that would do something like that. Holy cow. That was crazy. Look at this thing. I think it's coming down even more through the 20 right there on your minute. So there you go. We'll leave that alone for now, and or maybe not. Maybe say I would have definitely this if I was shorting it down from up there. That's where I would have sold it. So if you wanted a little lesson right there, I would have definitely sold it, and then I would wait, and then just wait to see what direction it was. If it starts spiking up, it's going back up. If it breaks through this 20 and comes down, and it looks like a good candle coming down, it's trying, but it could still go up. Then you want to take it down. So that's what you're looking at on a minute chart right there if you want to take a look at it. And then you could do that with your indices as well. That's probably how I could do that because I do trade the Qs and I look at these things. So look at that, Laptop Travel. Should we be doing the Polymart? Like, what the heck does that thing even pay? I have no idea. Like, if you put money on this, what are you even putting up? I don't even know what you're doing. Like, I have no idea what you're doing here to play this thing. But anyway, that was a pass the beat, and then this would be the final price. Go to I guess you got to click there, and we only had 2 minutes left here. So yeah, we nailed that call. Holy cow, that was fun. And so yeah, now I look at it. It looks like it's trying to curl up. It's trying to run up on the 20. I'm still not convinced yet. Now it's starting to look a lot stronger right there, but still not convinced. I'd be patient right there. So if you want a little insight to what I look at when I'm trading the indices or what I'm looking at when I'm looking at these minutes and things like that. There you go. Payouts are clearly listed while they're live. Oh, all right. So it tells you what it pays out. What's it pay out? Current price. What the heck is this thing? Continue in view mode only. I don't want to do that. What the heck did I just do? Oh, there you go. Where does it say it at, Laptop Travel? I have no idea where you see this thing. Payout. Oh, it's over here. I see what you're saying. Oh shit! Look at that thing. You would have put $100. It would have paid out something like. But again, ours dipped down huge. I don't know. Whoa, we can probably go back. Did that tell us what it paid out? Does it tell you? I don't know. It was down. What was the payouts? I can't see. Shoot. I wish I could see it. That would have probably paid out pretty well right there because that thing took a tremendous dip, that's for sure. So anyway, that does tell you what it pays out. You're right, Laptop Travel. And so yeah, there you go. How about that? Yeah, here you go. You're starting. This is going to curl up now, guys. So that's going to run. Bitcoin's going up the next 5 minutes. Here you go. Watch this curl up. Here we go. I think it will. I'd wait like another minute. Just look at the 5 and 15. Still a little red, still a little pullback. I still think it'll curl up right here. I'd still kind of wait a little bit, but that looks like it wants to take it up. So the next candle went green. I'd say it's going up. Next candle goes down below the 20. Yeah, see, that's going up right there. Holy cow. Look at that, guys. Is that fun, Zach, or what? How cool is that? Should we be doing this? I mean, why are we not playing Bitcoin? And you say, yeah, your next 5 minutes would be going up here, and that's a wrap. So there you go, everybody. 18 So I'd play the next 5 minutes and say they're going up because this was like a little bit flat. I don't even know what that's going to be. be doing a 30-second. Yeah, I'll have to put that on. I know you were looking at it the other day. As a matter of fact, laptop travel. I don't even know. Do they have? I don't think they have 30 seconds on here. As a matter of fact, they only have the minute one. They got that. I'll have to get FinViz to add a 30-second, huh? And so yeah, there you go. Well, I know we'll go back to stocks now. We'll get off of Bitcoin, but yeah, there were pretty fun calls right there. How about that? So let's go back and get circled back in, reel me back in here, laptop travel, because I'm all over the place tonight after the Phillies game. How about Data Vault dipping down pretty big today, Doge Mama 9? I was like, wow, that took a dip right there. So there you are with that. Use Webull for the 30-second, or yeah, the 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure I can get them on here. I just have to go like this. No, they don't. I thought they had them on there. I'd have to look again. But anyway, I'll have to check that out. Let's cruise through, guys, see what else is going on, what we missed. And then I'll get to what you guys are looking at. And then we'll talk about anything else. How about that? So here we go. Who wants to see Palantir ripping today? It was ripping up. That's going to continue to go up right there, guys. So you can play Palantir on the way up as well. And let's see. What a Bitcoin. Oh, wait. We had the Bitcoin chart there. Never mind. We're not going to worry about it. Let's see. Palantir, SoFi right there. That was up. That looks pretty good today. It didn't look so great, but it is bouncing off of that 50-20 combo right there. Not looking so bad. Strategy looks like it's going to get cruising, but then again, Bitcoin's looking good. That didn't look so good yesterday, but some of the other ones did. Robinhood, they weren't looking great. Remember what I said? Coinbase was looking great the other day, and then it pulled back yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe it wasn't looking so good. And I guess when I know that they're looking good and they have that dip, that's the opportunity right there, because I said this multiple times that this thing was getting ready to pop, which should have alarmed us, that Bitcoin and crypto, even though we knew that they were ready to run, because again, we were looking at them because Austin asked about them. So how fascinating is that? But there you go with that. And that is Coinbase. Bull went ripping right here. And did they have their earnings or something? I don't even know what was going on with this thing. Webull beat their Q2 2026 estimates with record revenue, 198.8 million, plus 51% year over year, as the PDT rule removal drives durable trading surge. So look at that bad boy ripping right there. Zach, I guess you were pretty happy about that, I would say. And at the same time right there, Zach, how about your rocket right here? It was cruising up as well a little bit there today. It was up a little bit more. Home Depot and Lowe's. I mentioned Lowe's early on in the Discord as well. It was up like over $8 there. It was only up like $2 this morning. Look, before we even opened right there, I mentioned Lowe's. I said, yo, take a look at Lowe's. It's actually right around here, like 9 o'clock. Right down here, I mentioned it. I said, take a look at Lowe's. It's getting set up. It was up like $2 at the time, and then it exploded right there. They had their earnings as well. I don't even know what they did. I don't care. But there you go. What did they say? They cuts 2026 outlook. The bottom of range sees flat comps amid DIY and construction softness. So yeah, because no one can afford anything because the prices are astronomical for everything right now. And how about, did we look at Hood right there? Because that was up as well. That's looking really good to set up. So keep an eye on Hood. That's still looking good there. Bull and Coin. So you're looking good on all them guys. And what about your space right here hanging out? That looks pretty good to try to get set up. So there you go with that one as well. I would say it's not looking bad. Let's put it that way. And if I put one L in there and make it Lockheed Martin, it was taking a big old dip today. And Northrop Grumman dipping down. This is why you can't swing anything overnight. Huntington Ingalls was already coming down. RTX, it looked really good right there. And then it got destroyed. So yeah, that's why I do not like to swing things overnight. Even though they look great like that, RTX, that's what tends to happen for some crazy reason. In this crazy market, you see this happen almost all the time. So beware of that. And there you go with your Disney. And that looks like it's going to rip right there, Luis Rodriguez. So not sure why this market is going crazy on certain things. Like, why did Disney run so big today? I have no idea. Walt Disney's ABC unit filed a suit against the FCC to challenge the regulators' actions involving its broadcast license. I don't even know what they're talking about. But anyway, Disney is cruising there. I didn't have a clue why it was running. McDonald's trying to spike up. It doesn't look perfect, but maybe you get a spike. And Nike, look at that thing trying to bounce right back up, as a matter of fact. And Lulu, it's trying to get set up right there. It doesn't look bad right now. It looks a lot better than it did. And then your Netflix right here spiking up. And wow, look at that Netflix running big time right there. Looks like it's going to continue to run up tomorrow. So keep an eye on NFLX. I know Izzy, you'll be looking at it. Izzy loves this one and he plays it perfectly all the time. All right, Izzy, next time you're getting in that Netflix and you're going to run these options up, let me know. I'll join you. How about that, Izzy? And AMC right there was even trying to rebound at the moment. And even GameStop was up a little bit, but that looks like it's not ready to come out of the basement, but it's getting set up. So GameStop could be a good opportunity coming up maybe next week. I don't know if it's going to be ready this week because tomorrow's Thursday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And of course, Monster right here is just kind of hopping around, but that looks like it's getting set up to try to run back up. So keep an eye on MNST right there. So there you are. And I'm going to run through the space stocks and them guys really fast right here because SpaceX was dipping back down and it looks like it could pull back a little bit more, even though it looked great the other day. It does look like it's pulling back. ONDS right there is pulling back as well a little bit. They had acquired a company there and then it pulled back. But what does it say? They acquired an Israel-based Iran defense for about 33 million in cash or stock to expand autonomous defense capacity. That's why I'm saying, Zach, if we can just like figure out how we get like these drones shot out of the air, like all these companies are like, look at it, $33 million in cash. You could probably live pretty good on that. How about that? There you go, Joseph Levy. How are you? I just mentioned Joseph, and I was that's funny that Joseph Levy just hopped on, but I was actually mentioning the other Joseph because we were trading Bitcoin in 5-minute intervals right there. And now I got to see what the chart did, to be honest with you. I'm just curious. Look at that dip. It ran up and then dipped right down. Look at that, guys. Wow, that's amazing, right? I said it was going to pop up. That would have been, hold on, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would have made it. You would have made it. Even in here, you would have made that. That would have won. And then that is another dip, big dip. I would have seen that hitting the top there. I would have said that would have got crushed when I seen that. But anyway, that would have called that one going down right there. So holy cow, we're playing Bitcoin 5-minute calls you can play on Polymarket there, Joseph Levy. So join the fun. How about that? No, I'm just kidding. We're not even really. I was just telling you guys what it was going to do. And how are you? Who is that? How do I even say your name? Emmanuel Levy or something. Hey, maybe it's someone with Joseph Levy. And so Wildwood was great, Joseph Levy. And you just got back from Wildwood? Holy cow, look at that. You took your daughter and tell your daughter we said hello. And I'll hit you up. I did see your message there. I was just running around. I was at the Phillies game tonight, as a matter of fact, there. So there you go. But I hope you guys enjoyed Wildwood. That's fun. You definitely spent a few bucks. It might be one of the most expensive places you can go to right now. And I know because, like I said, I just went to Wildwood and then I went to Ocean City, Maryland. And Ocean City, Maryland seemed like it was way cheaper than everything in Wildwood. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, Wildwood was no joke. If you went on the boardwalk and did the rides and all that stuff, you bought a bunch of tickets and holy cow. So that was she just did. Okay, that's her handle. All right, perfect. That's her daughter, right? That's Joseph Levy's daughter right there hanging out. So I gotta make sure I don't say any bad words. Not that I curse ever, so but she's definitely a heck of a pool player. I see her play pool because Joseph Levy plays in tournaments and then he plays it, and I'm friends with him where I can see it. And she's 10, so yeah, And so yeah, she's definitely becoming a heck of a pool player. Let's put it that way. And let's see there, Michael Anthony. Let's roll right through. I said I was going to go through space and them that sector there. So let me cruise through, and I will definitely get in touch with you, Joseph Levy. I know you did send me a message. I'll hit you back after the show. As a matter of fact, let me cruise through and see what's going on right here. I'm sure she's heard it all. You were a vet. I was with a bunch of veterans tonight, as a matter of fact. Joseph Levy, that's who I was at the Phillies game with. And UMAC getting smashed down right there, that's for sure. And let's see what else is going on in this space world over here. Because lunar laptop travel, are you still loving this thing? I don't know. It could bounce back up. Tell me what you think about lunar. Right there. It's actually not looking. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great. It has a pullback look, but it doesn't look terrible. Let's put it that way. So maybe it does pull back a little bit more, but maybe you're on to something where it does try to pop back up right there. And then Red Wire was coming down some, and we'll see what that wants to do as it hits that 20-50 combo. And then Rocket Lab hanging out on the 20, and that does look like it kind of wants to bounce back up a little bit. I don't think it wants to lose it. Mobilicom was ripping. Remember, it took a big old dip. It wasn't running the other day with the rest of them, and then it decided to rip right there. And Laser, they hear the competition there, Zach. They know that we're on to something. I think that we're going to be taking over their company or doing something. We're going to end up figuring out how to take drones out of the sky, and then a laser is going to be beat here. We might as well short it down while we figure this out. How about that, Zach? They listen to the show and they're like, "Oh, this Dougie Fresh Picks crew is going to figure this out." Joseph Levy, you should have some insight on this. We have to figure out how we can wipe out drones out of the sky. And Lockheed Martin just had this microwave technology, and I'm saying, let's get laser pens and use them for something. But instead of using the laser part, that won't really actually do it because we can't figure that out and it's illegal. We can shoot a jammer, like some kind of jamming thing with the laser pen pointers, and then we can just jam all of them and then they'll fall out of the sky. So I think that's our best bet. That way we're not shooting people with like lasers, because I guess that would make sense. If you can shoot a laser and it can hit a drone and take it out of the sky, what happens if you miss and or you just take this laser thing and shoot it at somebody's house? I guess you're taking their house out, right? So it might not be such a great idea. So yeah, we have to use like a jammer. I think that's gonna jamming. That's the microwave technology. They're stealing my technology, laptop travel. What is going on here? That was my idea. Oh man, Lockheed Martin, that was my idea. What are you guys doing? They were a little ahead of me, huh? I know there's drone jammers, but what we have to do is we have to take the drone jammer and put it on our own laser pen so that we can use it at our own house. That's what we got to do. If we can figure that technology out, then we'll be safe when China deploys all these drones and we can't shoot shit down. Then we can shoot them down ourselves. That's what we need to do. So figure that out, Joseph Levy. Take that drone jammer thing and then take a laser pen, figure out how we just mutate them two together, and then we can then we'll be able to jam drones. That's a tongue twister. Jam drones, and then we'll be good to go. So, and then I bet a lot of companies like Laser and any other company, they'll all bid to buy us out, and we won't ever have to work again. So, and then Joseph Levy, he just wanted to thank us again for about Monday, because he said, I was talking to him on Facebook, or he was posting something on a Covino and Rich thing, and I messaged him or did something, I don't even remember. And he's like, "Oh yeah, let me look at the Qs." And then he bought like a ton of Q puts, and holy cow, he like blew it out the water. He told me like up over 100% on them. And so yeah, he was really happy. So yeah, there you go. Your daughter can thank me right there. That's how you could afford that's how you afforded Wildwood. Emmett, that's how he afforded Wildwood without that big hit on Monday. You guys weren't going to be able to afford that thing, because you need to hit the Qs with like 20 calls to go to Wildwood just to be able to afford it. It's like literally that expensive, guys. I'm not kidding. It's so crazy. Joseph Levy probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, you're like a drone guy, Joseph Levy. Why weren't you on this thing? You should have been on this team the whole time. Drone jammer, a wearable RF jammer. Yeah, Get us to work right here. I forgot you're like the expert in drones. He has like the license and all that shit, all that stuff. I won't say the S word, all that stuff right there. So yeah, that would be great. And you said what? The Pitbull is a lightweight, wearable anti-drone jammer that neutralizes drone threats once detected by the wingman. What? A wingman? That sounds a little. I'm not doing that. So that's good. You get a veterans discount. You need that discount in Wildwood. That's for sure. So, and laptop, you have a drone jammer app you're designing for Apple Store for your Apple Watch. Well, let's do it. Laptop travel. How didn't you get me involved in this project here? I have all these great ideas, and I'm just throwing them out to everybody. And Laptop Travel's making apps, and everybody else is making these companies. I'm over here just telling everyone, here, just do that. Lockheed Martin stealing my technology. I mean, this is crazy. I'm just kidding. And yeah, Pitbull is a company. Oh, I thought you were talking about the rapper Pitbull. I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. I was like, what is Pitbull? He's a lightweight. I didn't know that. But anyway, a wearable anti-drone jammer. And so that's a company, and you can wear some outfit. I don't even know what you're wearing. Is it a watch? I don't even know what it is. But anyway, how about all that stuff, guys? So what a fascinating show tonight. Aren't you glad I came home and did a show after the Phillies game? And oh, man, this is a wild show and a wild night, that's for sure. Galaxy right here is going up finally, and that was ripping along. So no rhyme or reason, I don't think. I don't know why it was going up. I actually looked. It did say what? I guess you know why, because crypto, that makes sense. This one does tend to run with crypto sometimes. So that does make sense there. I didn't even think about it. DXYZ still hanging out. Still looks like it could go up a little bit more right there, to be honest, but I'd be careful. And that Echo Star is getting destroyed today, pulling back pretty big. And then your metals right here, I've been saying they want to get set up. They're just taking their time. Maybe we're waiting another day or so. Maybe it's next week. USAR still coming down right there. UAMY still trying to come up. So remember we said after that big dip it was going to be a good one, and it certainly was. Oh, MP, don't get the hiccups. MP, that one is just kind of hanging out right there. It could go either way. It's up in the after hours. I could see it trying to roll up a little bit more right there for good old MP. I don't want to get the hiccups. That'd be crazy. Hold on. So yeah, MP right there, not looking so bad. And then your 4Us, whoop, that's 3Us, universal safety. Whoa, laptop travel. You had that last night, and you mentioned this thing. Holy cow. And we've looked at it before. It used to be a Michael Anthony specialty. And actually, remember, I put it on the list like a month ago or something. It was probably down here. And just because it was spiking up, or was it back there? I forget when it was. Was it back here and then it took a huge dip and then it spiked up and then took a dip and I forgot what. But wow, look at that thing today. What kind of smoke alarms did they put out today? Wow. And your 4U's actually not looking so bad. That looks pretty good right there. Uroy not looking so bad either. And UEC isn't looking so bad. I saw that today. So there you go with that one. So yeah, uranium actually looking pretty good, or no, not uranium. Yeah, uranium looking pretty good, and right, that's 4Us. Yeah, uranium, and let's see, ASPI right here, that had been pulling back, but trying to recoup and trying to rebound off the MACD. So that's not looking too bad right there either. And then nuclear right here, I said they looked terrible last night, and then they made a liar out of me because Oklo started bouncing back up today. SMR, it was dipping down. And that's why. Could you imagine if you carried puts over? Because this thing looked like it broke to 20 and wanted to dip and come through. And then it bounces right back up. You're like, damn, what happened? That's why I don't carry anything over, guys, because I can't swing it overnight. I just can't take it. It's just too out of control. And nano nuclear was looking really good right there today. This EOSE, I think, is finally getting set up. Take a look at this thing tomorrow, guys. I've been mentioning it, just watching this thing pull back. Now I think we're in a good spot. Look at that thing right there, guys. That might have to be a play. I know they even have options on this thing right there. Look at that. Look at these options right here. That expires on the 21st, right? That's Friday. Look at that. Look at that right there. It's the volume. Why there's open interest of 26. Look at these open interests, guys. Who thinks EOSE is going to go ripping right there? Holy cow. We have to make that a definite top pick. Like, look at tomorrow, EOSE. Take a look at it. Everybody take a look at that thing. Holy mackerel. We got to pull it up on every chart right there. It looks like it wants to explode. That wants to roll off the MACD. It's in the right spot. We've been watching it pull back here. That wants to pop. And there you go, Emma. How about that look? So if you're looking at EOSE, it wants to run. And I hope you had fun on all the rides in Wildwood. What was your favorite ride, Emma, at Wildwood? They have a lot of them. So they have like multiple different piers of rides, like Maury's Pier and something else, Mariner's Landing or something. I forget what they are, to be honest. I know it's Maury's. As a matter of fact, it's funny. I told you the story earlier to tie Maury's together. You want to hear a funny story? The story I was telling you guys earlier about the kid that won the jackpot at the Flyers game for the 50-50 was actually very good friends with the Maury's, like the kids from the Maury's family. And as a matter of fact, so here's a story for you. Here you go. This is a funny story. Here you go, Emma. You want to hear a story about the company, the people that own the pier that you went to today, the Maury's? They're super, super nice people. And I know the one kid. I can't think of the two brothers' name. I know the one brother's name, Zach. I don't know why I can remember it, but I totally blanking on the other brother's name. But my buddy Doug knows these guys really well because he lives down that area, and he's good friends with these dudes. And the dude that won the 50-50, that 50-50 thing, actually is very good friend. He grew up with these kids, and so he's such good friends with them, and he knows them really well. As a matter of fact, I told you we were in Colorado. We were snowboarding. Well, they have a house on the mountains, and the Maury's do, in a beautiful neighborhood. Let's put it that way. It was gorgeous because we went over their house and we rode the mountain that they're on. Their house is on a mountain, and actually the day before we went over their house, they had went hella skiing. I think like 2 or 3 of them had gone like hella skiing, and they were showing us pictures and videos and stuff. It was awesome. So they're like really, really talented. I know because when we rode with them the next day, as I just remembered. So I don't know how I just remembered it. As a matter of fact, the day we rode with them, the day before that, my boots literally broke. Like the whole entire boot broke apart. I had to go across the street from our hotel and buy a brand new pair of snowboard boots. And so it was the first time I had the snowboard boots on. And then we went over to their house, the Maury's. I remember, I think we made like lunch or dinner. I think I cooked at their house, I'm pretty sure. It was a beautiful house. And yeah, and I remember these dudes were just incredible. Like they could really ride. And I had brand new boots on, and it was like I couldn't get comfortable, like get my groove. And these dudes were just like blasting down the mountain, and I'm trying to keep up with everybody. It was probably a rough day of riding, still a fun day, but yeah, I do remember that. But anyway, to tie the story together, that's so funny that I just mentioned Maury's Pier, and yeah, I actually hung out with the kids that their dad is the owner of the Maury's Pier, but they work there all season and stuff. They're good dudes. They're really hardworking kids, and smart kids. They're really, really smart, and their whole family like runs it and all. So props out to them. And yeah, really, really nice people too, like super, super kind people. So there you go. How about that? So it should be honestly, Joseph Levy, I've never once reached out to them and asked them for a favor or anything. So yeah, I just go down there and pay for it. I'm sure I probably could, but I just wouldn't. I don't care that much. But yeah, I do know them. And like I said, we rode. And yeah, I remember the day before they'd gone hella ski, and I just remember I was like, "Whoa, that's serious! Like that's pretty wild. Like you better be good on skis and snowboards if you're taking the helicopter up there and getting dropped off. Like, you better have no fear, and you can jump off of anything and land it with no problem." So once they had told me that, I was like, well, it's going to be an interesting day riding with these guys. And yeah, it was, especially with brand new boots on. But there you go. How about that story? There's your end stuff, parts of the show again there for you guys. So you only got to go to the first 2 piers. Well, that's fine because I think they're both the Maury's piers, depending on where where you start at, which end you start at. But it could have been a Maury's and a Mar. The two Maury's are like right there, but they are a good distance apart. You have to kind of walk, and but anyway, it's a good time down there, and so yeah, how about that, Michael Anthony? You should come down to hang out in Wildwood, New Jersey. You would love it. 70-year-old guy, you would love Wildwood. It's a fascinating place, but we better smash EOSE out of the park so we can all afford it. Let's put it that way. So keep an eye on that. What do you think about this, Michael Anthony? EOSE. I mean, look at that thing. That's going to roll right off that MACD. That thing looks good right there, I must say. So I've been tracking this thing, and I didn't really even look at it today. That's what's funny, because I'm like, holy cow, look how good it looks. And I've been watching it the last few trading days, and then today I don't look at it, and there you go. Gosh, looks like it's trying to hit the top and could pull back, but I don't know, because Oxy still doesn't look so bad right there. I meant to look at USO as well. And USO right there has got some resistance. So they're interesting looks, especially with Gush right there. I just wanted to go back and forth. Gush hitting the top, USO right here, kind of hitting the resistance. But Oxy right there looks like it could go. So it's a very fascinating look right there in your oil plays. And let's just take a quick look at our futures roll right here. Oil still not looking bad. Look at your Brent. It still looks pretty strong right there. Look at silver cruising, and gold. They silver looking a little bit better. They do look pretty good though. Feeder cattle got destroyed. When is my cattle prices or meat prices coming down? And then Bitcoin, I'm surprised. Look at silver surging more than Bitcoin right there. That's pretty wild. Coffee coming down pretty big. And so yeah, there you go. And then overnight, your Dow Jones up. What does that even say? Does anyone even know? Is that a 0.05? I have no idea what that even says. Anybody? Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize it says it right here. Oh shit. I always clicked. I just realized it says it right here. I can actually read that a lot better than I can read that. I can't read what that's. Oh, so if I pull up the chart down there, I can read it up here. All right, so that's 0.05. That's 0.16 for your S&P. Your Nasdaq's 0.52. And then your Russell is up 0.15. Your Nikki's up 0.04. Then your Euro stocks are down 0.22. And your DAX is down 0.16. And your VIX pulling back right there. But look at that. Had a hell of a run up. And remember, I called that too. I said the VIX was curling up pretty nice right there. I said it last week at the end of the week. It was kind of crazy why I didn't play it. And I don't know. But you know what? The UVXY, it ran up a little bit, but then it pulled right back down right there. So does the market look good or not? I mean, it's kind of an interesting market right here, to be completely honest. Your Qs are hitting that 50. I could see it bounce off. They don't look perfect to want to, but I could see it happening right there. And then your SPY is kind of in no man's land, but it looks like it's going to bounce off this MACD right here. So I would say I mean, that's a hard bounce, but it could actually do it. It's going to be an interesting look right there in the morning. That's for sure. IWM too. Look at that. That looks like it's coming in for a softer landing to roll back up. I think your IWM tries to run up right there is what it looks like. So fascinating market. Let's finish up that list and see what's going on with Boyle right here, because I didn't even look at it. It was looking good yesterday. It's pulling back a little bit there today. That's your natural gas. And then, of course, we looked at healthcare. How could you not look at healthcare today when you had Moderna running up like that? And Luis Rodriguez, I will get to your conclusion or whatever you posted. I won't say conclusion. That's just the word that came to me. But your statements that you made, because I was asking anybody to explain this Moderna thing, because the mRNA is kind of crazy when they say that they're curing cancer here. I just don't see it happening. But anyway, what the heck do I know? And to be completely honest with you, I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's been a cure for cancer already out for a long time. I mean, just think about this. This is a fascinating thing to think about. back like what 20 years ago. I didn't really research the dates, so I don't really know. No, it had to have been way longer. I remember this and I don't know how, but I wasn't driving yet. I had to have been like 15, 16, probably say 1995 area, right? I'll just throw out a number. You guys can look it up and see how close I am, but I'm just going to throw out a number and say like 95 or something. When did Magic Johnson, they announced that he had HIV? When did that happen? I don't remember the exact year. But anyway, to go forward with the story, um, I just remember that happening and then it being like HIV and AIDS was like very scary. Like everybody was going to get it, and it seemed like you were going to die from this thing. I remember it being younger, like, man, that stuff's going to kill everyone. What the heck? Like they had everybody scared, right? And then now, and then Magic Johnson, like it wasn't too much longer after that. Like he had played basketball for a while, then he retired, and then he became a very, very successful businessman. 1990, that was around 90, Jared. Holy cow. What did I say? What did I say? 95. All right. So like 5 years off. That makes more sense, to be honest with you, now that you say that. I would have been 10 years old. Yeah, that probably actually makes a lot more sense, actually. Like 91, 92. I was probably definitely not 15 when that happened. So, yeah, you're probably more accurate there, Jared. So, but anyway, so Magic Johnson, right? He has AIDS and HIV or whatever, and like I said, he retires. He becomes a very, very successful black. He becomes one of the most successful black business owners in the country at the time. He was one of the wealthiest and most successful. I remember black business owners, and he had multiple businesses. Super successful guy, right? And then all of a sudden, he 11/7/91 is when it was announced. Wow, that's pretty wild. 11, so 91. There you go. So how about that, Jared? Thank you. So on November 7th, 91. Wow, that's an interesting one right there. So anyway, so that happens, right? And then Magic Johnson magically does not have HIV or AIDS anymore. Like he's like completely, like they tested him and they don't find like any traces. He's like in full remission, right? And then so you're just wondering back then, you're like, huh, that's weird. He's a really wealthy guy. And he probably had access to some early treatments because he's wealthy and a famous guy, Magic Johnson, and blah, blah, blah. So did they have, a cure back then? And it was 91. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, 91. That makes a lot more sense. Um, so yeah, did they have the cure for that back then? Because now you fast forward now and you look at it, and they do have some commercials on TV if you see them, and it's more geared towards, I guess, what the homosexual community, the gay community, I'd say, and it seems like they've got it like completely like gone, like you take these medicines and you can't transmit it and there's like no signs of it. Like it's pretty crazy. So it's almost like there's like a cure almost for it. And again, they were acting like that thing was going to wipe out like complete populations. I remember like they were acting like it was going to kill everyone. So he's not cured. He's just stated clearly that he still has HIV. He's not cured, but the virus is kept under control because he takes down. So okay, so they don't have he's not cured. So thank you, laptop, for so anyway, so okay, he's not cured, but they have a medication clearly that keeps this completely under control to the point where it keeps it from even spreading because it's promoted, like I said, in the LGBTQ, all this other stuff right there. So yeah, it's definitely in the gay community. It's promoted in there. You can see the commercials. I mean, I'm not making anything up. If you've ever seen any of these commercials, you know who their target audience is. Let's put it that way. So so yeah, it seems to like anybody else like isn't really worrying about it. So it's kind of bizarre that they completely have it under control. So maybe they don't have a complete cure for it. Maybe they do. And they don't call it a cure, laptop travel. They call it keeping it under control. And so, yeah, very fascinating. And yeah, maybe you still still have traces of it? I don't even know. I mean, what does this blood test say? Who the heck knows what happens? But anyway, it's under control and through medication, we'll say. So anyway, under control and cured, I know are two different words, but I'm going to use them kind of interchangeable in this in the old medical community right now, because we know that they're not so honest with the American people, or anybody really. So health's a big business, like Laptop Travel was saying right there. It's a huge business. Let's put it that way. Insurance is a huge business. All this stuff is a huge business. There's way too much money involved, guys. So yeah, under control is way better than telling people that they are cured, right? Because now you're dependent on this stuff. They don't even know. I'm telling you, they could give you like the cure, and then the rest of it could be sugar pills for the rest of your life. You'd have no idea, and you'd be paying for sugar pills. You wouldn't even know. You'd have no clue. Or, they have this little bit of cure in all these little sugar pills, but they only put enough to make sure that it can't be spread and it can't flare up. And that's how they do it. And then you're under control. And so, yeah, I would say it's a very interesting thing. So, going back to Moderna right there, now, do they have a cure for cancer? That's a very interesting thing to say, because now we're going to go back to HIV and AIDS is just a one strict thing. I mean, it's kind of like, you get it, and it's what cancer. There's so many different cases of cancer. Yeah, skin cancer, breast cancer, prostate, and then everything else like colon cancer, and even like worse ones, serious ones, all kinds of stuff. So things that are rare, all kinds of different kinds of cancer. So will one kind of Moderna, uh, whatever this is, mRNA treatment, or whatever they're going to do, is it going to be the cure? I don't know if it's going to be the cure. Is it going to help people? Possibly. I mean, if you're in that situation and you have cancer and you're going through chemo, or you have to go through chemo, or that's your two decisions, of course you're going to be like, yo, let's try the mRNA and see if that stuff works, because obviously it's going to be a lot less evasive and dangerous on your body once you start doing chemo. I mean, when you do chemo, it kills everything. It kills the good cells, bad cells. It kills everything. That's why people that do it, your body just gets beaten down. It's not fun. It destroys people. So sometimes it's not even worth it. So yeah, will I say we'll have to see what this does? Absolutely. But I think that they like have some kind of cure going? I mean, honestly, if they did, I don't think they'd let us know. That's what I'm trying to get to. I think they already have the cure, and I don't think they're ever going to tell you. Just like how they did it with HIV and AIDS. They have the cure. It's manageable. This is the same situation, guys. There's way too much money in this medicine. You ever go to these cancer places? I mean, they're everywhere, obviously, but I know because my mom passed away from cancer 10 years ago. As a matter of fact, it was crazy when you put that date up there, guys, because 11/7, when you said that, is the day that my mom passed. And that was when I said, that's an interesting day. That's why I said that right there. It wasn't that year, obviously, but yeah, 11/7. So it's jumped right out at me. And but yeah, so if you've ever been to these cancer places and never taken anybody, and everybody knows somebody that's actually gone through cancer or has it, it's a nightmare. It's crazy. It's everywhere. It's in our food supply and our water supply. It's in everything. And these things are big, big businesses. I mean, they're packed. They're so crowded that there's like nowhere to sit. It's so insane at these places every day. It's just like herds of people coming in. Like everybody has some kind of cancer. And so, are they really going to tell you that they have a cure for cancer? No, they're not going to do that. So that's why I tell you. And again, they use this mRNA type of technology, or vaccine for the COVID. And did anyone that got the COVID vaccine actually ever stop getting COVID? No, it didn't. It wasn't a vaccine. It was a shot that they put a bunch of shit in. And this mRNA, look it up. It doesn't necessarily work like your traditional vaccines that we know that work. So this is like a DNA kind of thing that they do. And I don't know. I'm skeptical about it. And obviously, and again, even if they were trying to cure cancer, which I don't think they're going to try to cure anything. And yeah, they'll cure it, but they'll never tell us that they have the cure. It'll always be to manage the situation, guys. So just think of that. It's unfortunate because it that's the way the country works. It's all based on money. We know that. And yeah, and these companies make billions and not even billions, they make trillions of dollars, trillions. And yeah, it's bizarre, trust me. And at the end of the day, guys, again, you guys know what happened to me. I suffered a pretty severe injury. I've seen a lot of doctors. They don't give a shit, especially today. They could care less about anybody. As long as you have good health insurance, they'll see you, but that's about it. But you better have good health insurance for them to even see you. And that's the only reason why they're going to see you is because you got good health insurance. They don't really care about you. You come into the office, you talk to them, you leave. They don't even think twice about you ever again. They don't even think ever again about you unless you come back into the office to talk to them again. It's very rare that a doctor actually is personal or even cares. It's kind of crazy. Growing up, you had like a physician, you knew the guy your whole life. He was your family doctor. He knew like the entire family. He knew everything about everybody. And yeah, it seemed normal, and he seemed like he actually cared. Whether he did, I'm sure he did, because he did. I mean, they would stop by, make house calls. They cared. People cared back then. No one cares anymore. They don't give a crap about anything or anybody. And you know what they care about? They care about doing this all day on social media. They care about Facebook and their phone. That's what they care about. And so yeah, nobody gives a shit. So it's a fascinating world we live in, but the doctors don't care, and the only reason why they see you is because you have good health insurance. And then you come in, you leave, and that's it. They're not going out of their way to help you. Let's put it that way. So it is fascinating. And yeah, so do I think that they're going to cure any cancer? No, they're not curing cancer, guys. Just go back to HIV. They have the cure for it. And Magic Johnson, I mean, he'll tell you whatever he wants to tell you, but he's living manageable with it or whatever. But I mean, the guy hasn't had a trace of it in his body for like over like 2 decades, probably. It's been crazy. I mean, the guy doesn't look like he has anything. He doesn't, you know what I mean? It's pretty, I would say he's pretty cured. He's taking some medicine that makes sure he's staying cured. Let's put it that way. So yeah, they could cure you. They just don't want to, because how are they going to bill your insurance company every day and every week and every month? So it all just follow the money trail, guys. That's all you have to do. So that's why I'm super skeptical of them saying, and this is why my question is, how the hell did this thing go up 176% if they're not really curing cancer? Because we know now, you guys listen to the show, they're not curing cancer. I'm telling you, they're not going to cure it. They will, but they'll never tell you they're going to do it. And it'll always be some kind of manageable plan where they can constantly sell you medicine. That's it. That's the end of the story right there. So I don't know. I'm not sure how it ran up that high, and I can't wait to see what Luis Rodriguez said. So let me finish up over here, and let's roll through and see what else is going on. RGT, what? RGTO. I don't think that's even a stock. RGTI was down, though, today. QMCO, I said, well, we should short that down. Didn't I say that up there? I said, that's coming down right there. And uh-oh, Emmett, did I just say the S word? And I meant to say shoot. Didn't I say shoot? I'm sorry, Emma. I meant to say I wasn't going to curse, and there you go. So how fascinating. How fast can I can't even remember what I say. I didn't mean to say that. So yeah, shoot. And there you go, Michael Anthony. Shoot. And QMCO, look at that thing. I literally said we should be putting puts on that thing. I mean, it should be coming down right there. And there you go. It's shooting right down there, Emma. How about that? IONQ dipping down a little bit more as well. And how about 3Ds right here dipping down? So even these guys coming down a little bit. Your quantum and computer hardware ones dipping down a little bit right there as well. And she's laughing. I'm sure she is. She probably thinks this show's crazy. And there there you go. Zach said this could be one of the best shows of 2026. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. And we have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I said stuff there. Look at that. And so, yeah, crazy show, I would say. And let's see what Trade Desk is doing. We'll rip right through because I can't wait to see these fascinating comments as well. Trade Desk is getting set up. Let's put that on our list right there. It's looking pretty good. TTD. I will look at that one tomorrow. That Figment was up a little more there, Luis Rodriguez, that good old purple dinosaur running. And Pfizer was up a little today, and that is getting set back up. Last time I said it had a nice run up. I think this time it could have a really nice run up. Burner pulling back, and that wrap was just hanging out there after it came down. So there you go. And so yeah, there you go with them. And let me go through. And what do you mean? I'm crazy, just like this show. That's awesome, Emma. So there you go, Emma hanging out, 10 years old. Emma's hanging out, listening to the show, having a good time right here. And yeah, this has got to, Michael Anthony's going crazy. He just posted up stock tickers right now. He's like, can you get to this? CERS, Michael Anthony, was one of Laptop Travel's gifts like a week ago or something. Like he told us to buy this thing down here, maybe before this big candle. I don't remember. It might have been like this candle might have happened. You'd have to go back. He gave it as a gift, and it ran up. And then he talked about it on the small cap show as well. You like it? It does look like it's trying to spike back up there. I must say, it doesn't look bad. I don't even know what this company does. It's a medical device company. And Elon right here, Elanco Animal Health. That thing doesn't look too bad either. Look at that. How about that one right there? I don't know. They must be a veterinarian, drug manufacturers for animals, I guess. I don't know. Let's look at their website and see what they're up to. Oh, yeah, look at that doggy right there. So, yeah, they're definitely about us. It should tell us right here. They're united by a genuine love of care of animals. Our purpose is making life better for animals. Makes life better. Fuels us to break. What are they talking about? I don't even know. Our team, I don't know. I'm just going to say they're like a veterinarian. How about that? I have no idea. Can't they just make it? Why do you got to like making life better for animals makes life better? Fuels us to break boundaries and inspires us to push further. Transforming animal care. Going beyond to improve. Like this just sounds like a bunch of words. I don't know what they're trying to come out with. What do they do? I don't know. Who cares? Oh man, I hate what I just need to like tell every company, can you just put your about us and just tell me don't put AI, don't put a bunch of adjectives, don't talk, just tell me what you do for the company. It's a lot easier that way. What the heck are these companies doing? I mean, it was just a bunch of like adjectives that made the company sound like it was we were trying to do something big. I don't even know if they do anything at Elanco Animal Health, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, it was cruising up, Elon, and it could get through that 50 and 20 right there. So there you go, Michael Anthony. Oh, let's see. Joseph Levy's still waiting. He asked about NLST like 2 hours ago, I think. What is that? NLST? Is that an I? There's an I. Is that it? Neos? Is this the one? I don't think that's what you're what are you talking about? NLST. What is that? I know Galt's one. I know you like this Galt. You caught that on a beautiful pop. That looks really good, too. Look at that. That's a healthcare one, biotech or something. Galt looks good, guys, setting up. And Joseph Levy does love this one. He's hit this one more. He hit it on this one. I remember. It was right here, guys. He ripped it all the way up there. I know for a fact he did. And he told me he was buying it right before it happened, too. And he did. So that was a good one right there. I don't know what the other one is there, Joseph Levy. What is NLST? I'm not sure what you're asking for right there. Unless it's not that, and unless it comes up over here. No. It said, no way, dude. So yeah, let me know what that one is right there. Here, let me finish up a couple more, and then we'll go through and see what everything else is looking like over here. GILD, look at that thing, guys. I gave that to you guys the other day and said it was going to go ripping. Why did we not buy that thing right there? OMH, that was just kind of sitting there, not doing a whole lot. And this NCRA I've been watching, but I just keep watching it dip down here, so I'm not sure if it really wants to move or not. How about SBEV? Slowly but surely, and I mean very slowly right there. Data Vault, Doge Mama 9, not so good on earnings, I don't think. Minus 12% revenue or something. I don't know what they're doing, but I guess it wasn't good over in Data Vault world, that's for sure. And then this YYAI was dipping down after it ran up yesterday. And then EYPT, remember iPoint? I said to look at this thing yesterday. It was going to go up, and there you go. There's another one that's up 15%. So there you go, everybody. How do you like that? How crazy is that, guys? And there you go. And you got to care more about your health than doctor. Oh yeah, Zach. I'm telling you, Zach. Literally, the doctors today, they literally go in and just use Chat GPT. Chat GPT is more helpful than the doctors, I think. And then I want a funny story, Zach, since we're having a great fun time today. So they told me I had to go see like a therapist and stuff. So I do all that stuff, and then I've done like everything they've asked me to do. So I set that all up, and then I see this lady. It's like supposed to be like once a week or whatever, and then and it's just like I just feel like Zach. I'm telling this lady. I'm like telling people. I'm like honestly. I'm like to be completely honest. I think I get more feedback and better solutions and answers from the people on my podcast. I mean, I talk about everything anyway. It's not like I'm very bashful or shy or I hide away or not. And I just talk about it all. It's a fascinating story, and yeah, I got hit pretty hard, and life's crazy for me. So why not talk about it? I mean, what else am I going to talk about? So I'm very open and honest about it all. That's for sure. And yeah, it's just bizarro world. I'll tell you that. So anyway, I just lost my train of thought. What the heck was I even talking about, Zach? I have no idea. Oh yeah, so they tell me to see this therapist, right? And yeah, no way, right? Go figure. And so yeah, I'm like telling my friends and stuff. I'm like just telling people about it because I talk to I don't care. You're not supposed to tell people that you go to these things or anything. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a crap. Sorry there. I didn't mean to say that, Emma. You didn't hear that. I'll hit the beeper sound real quick. Beep. Maybe it echoed it out or something. But anyway, I don't really care. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I go to this lady for probably like 2 months or something, and I'm just like, this is like the biggest waste of my hour, and I got to pay for it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just come on my podcast and do the exact same show I do for her, and I pay her to do it. I'm like, what the heck am I doing here? She gives me zero feedback. It's like talking to a wall. The one time, I'm not even kidding. She was at her house with her cat on her lap. I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? I'm like, this is the craziest thing. And she's like all fascinated because I have like a studio behind me. Like I'm sitting here doing talking to a therapist. I got a studio. She's sitting in her closet in her house with her like a cat on her lap. I'm like, what the heck is happening right now? This is the most bizarre scene I've ever. I wish I could have recorded it for you guys, but obviously you can't. And I'm just sitting there telling her, like, I'm like, I mean, I'm honest. I'm like, yeah, life isn't exactly easy. I got hit in the head pretty hard. I can barely read anything. I mean, I'm not hiding anything from you guys. My eye tracking is below 1%. They've never even heard of that before. I mean, it's like after 3 years, your brain tends to heal itself. My brain did zero healing. I did 9 months of concussion therapy, all the cognitive therapy that you could do, and everything else. And then I made a podcast because of it all. You know the story. And then doctor was like completely amazed. Like the vision therapist was completely amazed that like I did this. He's like, you're right. You probably did keep yourself alive with that thing. He's like, your like brain is like wrecked. I'm like, I've been telling every doctor this for like 2 years, and no one wants to listen because they don't even know what they're doing. It's just bizarre. And so yeah, it's the craziest world out there, guys. But anyway, back to our crazy show. And so yeah, they send me to the therapist lady. I told you about the psychiatrist visit when I went there. I mean, she literally thought I was crazy. Like she thought I was like out of my mind, insane. And then she called my wife. I mean, I was sitting there cracking up laughing. Like you can't make these stories up, guys. If I tried to make up the stories that I've dealt with and have encountered in the last 3 years with this brain injury, you couldn't do it. You couldn't make up stories this crazy ever. Like it just wouldn't happen. Like that was the wildest. That's like psychiatrist. She was like 80 years old, and then she thought I was crazy. And she asked me what I did. She asked me what I did and I go, oh, I do podcasts about the stock market and I trade stock. And she goes, you give financial advice? That's what she gave like a laugh and like that laugh. And I was like, Well, I don't give any advice at all. I'm not going to lie. I just look at stock charts and tell people what the market's going to do. And somehow I'm accurate, but I can't seem to trade them because my brain's a wreck because I got hit in the head. And she just thought I was completely out of my mind at that point. She didn't believe a word I said at that after that. And literally just thought I was like she thought I was crazy. She thought I was like making up stories and just telling her, like, literally when she called my wife, she told my wife, I thought I controlled the stock market. I'm like, I never said that. I never, ever in my life. And then my wife was like, I don't think he said he controlled the stock market, but he does a show about the stock. And then it was so funny because then, and she brought up something about, like, I don't know, I forget, like, I guess in my thing, it says something, brought up cannabis. Somehow cannabis came up. And, and and I said, oh, that's an interesting question to ask me. I said, because I used to, before I got in the head, I used to travel around to the cannabis conventions, and I would speak at the conventions, and I would teach the medical professionals how to properly prescribe medical cannabis to their patients. And then when I said that to her, guys, I mean, that was like way over the edge. I guess that might have been a little bit too much, but yeah, she looked at me like I was completely insane. Like I had just like came off the streets and I was like this whacked out guy. And like she thought I was bipolar. She thought I was just making stuff up. And and I was like, in fact, I made a tincture that helps prevent seizures, and it was tested on like well over 100 people. And then when I said that to her, forget about it. It was like I told this lady like I thought I was Jesus or something. Like she thought I was absolutely bonkers crazy at that point. Like she was like, huh. She started laughing at me, and I was just like looking at her like, what are you talking like? And like I said, and then she talked. She asked me. She said she thought I was bipolar and crazy. She straight told me. She was like, yeah, I think you're a little crazy. Is there any way I can call your wife? I'm like, yeah, sure, have at it, go for it. So she calls my wife, and I'm listening to this conversation. And like I said, she starts it off, and she goes, well, I have your husband here, and I have some concerns, like major concerns. And my wife goes, okay, what is it? And she goes, well, to start things off, he believes he controls the stock market. That's how she started the conversation. And I started laughing. I was cracking up. And then, because, I find out humorous, all this. And I'm like, this is great. And, and my wife starts laughing too. And she goes, I don't know if he said he controls the stock market, but that's what he does. He does a podcast, and he does stock market. He's been doing it for a long time. And then she like looked at me like I was like how could he be telling the truth, but didn't believe me still. And then she went on and said that and then she told, and then she said, and then she said, oh, and he also thinks he's this expert in marijuana, is what she said. She's like, he thinks he's an expert at marijuana. And my wife just started dying laughing, and I was just like cracking up myself. I'm over there having a great time at this point, sitting in a psychiatrist's office. I'd never been to a psychiatrist in my life. And they send me to the lady that's 80 years old. So I'm dying laughing, and my wife just starts cracking up, and she's like, he kind of is an expert at cannabis. And she like stops. I'll never forget it. Her face just like paused and looked at me, and my wife and she knew I couldn't have told my wife this information in between the time that I was talking to her and telling her. It's like I either like do this stuff or like it's completely made up, and my wife's like completely on board with me making up shit or stuff, and so yeah, she knew I didn't have my phone out or anything during the session, so she knew I couldn't have been telling my wife like, yeah, I'm telling her this. So that didn't happen. So my wife literally says to her, she's like, well, he is pretty much an expert. He's made some tincture, and it helps prevent seizures. And he used to speak at the convention, and she's telling her everything I just said. And then now the lady's looking at me like I have 10 heads, because now she can't believe the fact that I was actually possibly telling her the truth. Like she has like this can't be she like in her mind, I cannot be telling her nothing could of this could be true. But now my wife is like backing it all up and like confirming it. And my wife's a school teacher. Like she told her, she's like, "Oh, you're a special ed school teacher, same job for 20 years." I mean, it's normal. I mean, you could tell my wife's very normal. And so and my wife's like laughing, like, this is crazy. And I'm over here just having a blast. You guys know how I am. I mean, I'm having a field day with this thing. And so, yeah, she literally thought I was like completely crazy. Beep, you're right, Emma. I'm sorry. And so, yeah, she thought I was that crazy, and she still thought I was crazy. Like at the end, she wouldn't even prescribe me the right medication because she thought I was so crazy. She asked me if I did. She asked me if I did cocaine like at least 7 times during the conversation. She thought I was all hopped up on drugs and stuff. I'm like, this is me normal, and she was like, no, it's not. She couldn't believe it, and I like talk fast and all, and you know I could talk. I mean, I do a show. I talk for 2 hours with no problem. Like it's not even a big deal, and I'll talk for 3 if you want. And yeah, so she's like, I'm talking to her and stuff, and she's just like completely out of her mind. Like she just can't fathom what's going on, and I'm just having a field day with this thing. So yeah, that was the psychiatrist they sent me to. So I never had to go back to her after that story. And then, like I said, and then they told me to go to this therapist. And yeah, I had to just draw the line. I'm like, I'm literally like sitting in a studio, like I'm taking time out of my day here to talk to. And she's sitting in her closet in her house with a cat on her lap. I'm like, what is going on right now? I mean, I can't pay attention. I'm like staring at this cat. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, I'm like, I could just tell the stories on my show like I am right now. So here you go. I do my therapy session as a podcast as well. How about that? It saves me the copay every week and saves me an hour of extra time to tell a random person that just doesn't even care either. It's because, like I said, she could care less if like I showed up or not. Like wasn't even concerned. It was like a bizarre thing. Like, isn't she a therapist? But anyway, so how do you like all that there, Zach? And yeah, the medical community is out of their minds. I mean, I know I'm out of my mind. Don't worry. I know I got hit in the head really hard. I'm crazy. I was crazy to begin with, and now I'm really crazy. But at least I'm crazy in a normal way, I think, and like halfway normal. I mean, the medical community is like completely out of their mind. Like these people like go to like school forever and study stuff, and like nobody knows what's going on. It's so bizarre to me. I feel like I'm like, well, Chat GPT is more helpful, so I might as well just pay my $20 subscription for that and just skip all the copays because yeah, I could sit there and have a more normal conversation with the Chat GPT, get way more better answers than the therapist. And so I was like, I'm quitting. And yeah, I made that executive decision. I actually had to tell the doctor like next week that I stopped going. She's not going to be that. I'm just going to be like, whatever. Like it was useless to me. I mean, what the heck was I doing? And anyway, there, Emma. So yeah, this show is way more helpful and more therapy and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you ever need to do anything like that, there you go. Just do a podcast about the stock market and then just talk about everything random, and then and you'll be perfectly fine. Trust me. So anyway, let's get back to it, guys, because we've been talking about everything crazy tonight. It's been wild here, Zach. I have to go through these messages. I'll have to go back and get through Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez. I'll try to get to your list there. I don't know if I can even read it at this point. My eyes, I'm telling you, after my therapy today, it was pretty wild. I could barely see too much, so I may have to skip them tonight. I'll post them up. Here you go, guys. Why don't you guys write them down? There's Laptop Travels list right there. I'll try to go through a few of random ones. How's that? I won't do the whole list in Luis Rodriguez, so let's do that because I'm telling you, I can't even look at the whole list. It just, my eyes are just like way crazy. And so here, I'll go like a random one. AGMH, we'll look at the first one there because that's been looking good. I know we already looked at it. How about CRC, California Resources? That's not too bad right there. BTOG, Bit Origin, what's that up to? With crypto running, they're set for a 1-for-5 reverse split. The 21st, which is coming up. So keep an eye on BTOG right there. After that reverse split, Doge Mama 9. What's GoTo doing right here? Let me check that one out. That's a China small cap trying to get set up and run. NCT, That one looks pretty good right there. Every one of them that we looked at so far is looking pretty good. It literally hurts my eyes to look at the list because there's just too many letters. But VRAX spiked up. It is spiking up in the after hours. I'd have to look at it. INR, it looks like that's not too bad right there. And CHRD, Cord Energy. Oh, you were talking about this one the other day. All these energy ones ran up beautifully. Laptop Travel. He gave them out way before, and they were really nice. NAGE right here. That Nage spiked up. We were talking about that. And how about this one right here? I don't even know what I wrote. PLUR. Not familiar with it, but that's a really good one. I'm going to shut that list down because it's hurting my eyes. I'm telling you guys, my vision, not my vision, my eyes. It's just I can't even explain it. It's like this weird pressure in my eyes and I can't even explain it. It's really bizarre, but yeah, it's definitely now I see what they were talking about with vision therapy. And the doctor literally told me, he's like, dude, you need so much work. He's like, and it's gonna be intense. He's like, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna need like a lot of rest. I understand. It was the first day I did it. I get it. It's like my brain just doesn't work right, and yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, US government debt passes 40 trillion, more than doubling in a decade. Holy cow. They went from 20 trillion to 40 trillion in the last 10 years. How about that? Who's seen a penny of that? Because I haven't. And yeah, how about that, everybody? And how about this real quick? We'll just we looked at now, team's been a team player when software wants to run. Wow, look at that team. Holy cow. I didn't even know it was still running up there. Purr right here. That thing was purring. Holy mackerel. We said that last night, Luis Rodriguez. I said that thing was going to purr right there. BTCT, BTC Digital. Big rip today with old crypto. TEM spiking up pretty big. What did Circle do right there? It spiked back up. Wow, look at Circle right there. I saw the Viking right there. VKTX was running today. That looks really good to continue up. VKTX looking pretty good. And what about him? Oh, how about Gun? How the heck did I type that in? Hims right here was going nutty. Look at Hims. That looks really good. And some other good ones right there you guys can check out, but I can't really look at them lists. I'm telling you, they're just hurting my eyes. But anyway, there you go. And let's see. Oh yeah, they always pop up a bunch of great ones, but there are a lot of great ones right there that are going to be running. And let's see. Hope you had a blast at the game. Thank you, Zach. We actually did have a blast at the game. I was talking about the Phillies game before and all that good stuff. Oh, we've been talking about everything, obviously, for over 2 hours. So anyway, Bitcoin cruising right there. And I mean, wow, what that was amazing call there Sunday for that UPXI. How much did that even go up today? That was crazy. 11+% and another 8%. That's over 20% right there today. And it was holding its weight yesterday too. What a job there. I hope Austin, were you loaded up on this thing? You were the one talking about it. I hope you were loaded up like a maniac. And then Bull had that record ER too, Zach. And we were talking about, I told you, Joshua Baez, he had them 3 home runs right off his first 3 at bats, MLB style. That's what we're doing this week. Everybody, get into the action and let's get crushing it. That's for sure. And I was talking about the old vision therapy. What's this here, Luis Rodriguez? ZSTK. What does that say? ZSTK. I don't even know what that is. Zero stack. Well, that had a big stack, not zero right there. A zero stack unveils US 1.1 billion meme coring token deal with Purple AI, Blockcat, names meme core principal Rudy Wrong president. I don't even know what they're talking about. None of that even looks like English to me. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. And then Tenon Medical. Who mentioned this last night? Someone mentioned this yesterday. It was already spiking up, I remember, in the after hours, but it did run more. And I said, watch for that thing today, and it did spike up. Was it Janica that mentioned this? I think it might have been Janica mentioned this. TNON. And if it wasn't, I'm giving Janica the credit there. So there you go, Janica. How about that for your credit? But I think it was you. And yet, them 3 U's went nuts at universal safety. Holy mackerel right there. And let's see what else is going on. You've been saying healthcare in August and September, they outperform every other sector. That's pretty wild there. We'll have to remember that next year, huh? And Nebius right here. Let's see what's going on with Nebius. It was down. Oh, yeah, that one was dipping down there. And that Corning was falling down as well. So both of them definitely falling down there. Someone must have blew up that was starting. I'm not sure what you said there, Austin. Sorry. What did you say? Someone must have blew up that was shorting it also. I forget. We were talking about something, right? Maybe it was Bitcoin or something. I forget what the heck we were talking about. And yeah, that PTD rule helped Webull right there. That's for sure. And I don't know. I forget which one. We were talking about something there, Austin, and I forget what it was. Mara and Riot. Let's look at these guys right here. They were trying to spike back up. They didn't look so bad or look so good last night, and then they got spiking. Riot, not so bad right there. Clean Spark was down still, just kind of hanging out. But you're asking about Mara right here, and it doesn't look bad to try to get up to that resistance spot right there. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it is trying to crawl through right there. Does it get through? I think it might get knocked down. I think you do run up into like the 10 area. So you do have a little bit of run up right there, and then it'll have to get set up. So I don't think it'll spike right through tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong, depending on the market conditions, but I think it might get held up right around this area and then have to get set up and then try to pop up some more. I'm not saying it won't pop up even more than it is right now, but I think that's where you're going to end up going there tomorrow is what it looks like anyway there, Austin. So I hope that helps you. And let's see what Luis Rodriguez was saying. I was asking him a lot about the vaccines. I kept asking everybody about a lot of stuff and then not going over to the messages. So let's go through everything. And this is a custom-made cancer vaccine. We're talking about Moderna right here, this mRNA right now. Doctors look at a patient's tumor, find its weak spots, and build a shot that teaches the immune system to hunt down any leftover cancer cells after surgery. It's given together with a common cancer drug called Keytruda. The goal is to stop the cancer from coming back or spreading in people who had high risk melanoma removed. Okay, so it's a melanoma type removal after surgery right there. And then it's trying to help prevent it from coming back. It's a big deal because it's the first time a personal cancer vaccine like this has clearly worked in a large final stage trial. It beat the unusual treatment alone at keeping the cancer away. So that is pretty good right there, I would say. Moderna jumped because this success proves that mRNA technology can work against cancer, not just viruses. Investors see big future potential. So there you go. And Austin was saying DXY is crashing, huh? What is DXY? I only know this one, and this one wasn't really. Well, I guess it was down a little bit. I mean, this one could dip down right here. It does look pretty good to try to run up, but I'm not so sure it will. And I'm not so sure if that's the one you were talking about right there. And oh, DXY. Hold on, because Japan a needed a yen boost right there. Are you talking about like crypto or not crypto currencies or whatever? What the heck is it called? Currencies, that's what it is. Where are they? Down here, like these guys down here. Which one did you say? Japan, huh? Japan is it was spiking up there yesterday, but pulling back a little bit. Interesting stuff. USD down. That's like the dollars though. Not sure exactly what you're asking right there, to be honest. But anyway, let's see. And you said Lewis said, unlike the COVID vaccine, it took them 10 years to develop this. Oh, and many other pharma companies have tried and failed. So that's interesting. They've been working on this for 10 years, huh? Well, there you go. And you said this stuff goes deep with stable coins and euro dollar. And the Secretary basically going to be equally, if not more powerful than the Fed chair. Is that what happened? I don't even know what happened, to be honest. And we read that Trump post about Iran. That was pretty crazy right there. And Yeah, he's still trying to figure it all out. We're all still trying to figure all this out, Austin. It's crazy. And let me see what else is going on. Let me see. Yeah, ETF running right there. That's pretty wild. You know, crypto's getting crazy right now. And let me see. We were talking about pumping our gas too in Minnesota and New Jersey. Well, Minnesota doesn't, but New Jersey does. We're probably the only state that does. And I forgot that we were even talking about that, Zach. And let me see. You saw a post that someone has been silently loading but don't know anymore. Yeah, there's somebody definitely loading that ETF you're talking about there. And yeah, they have like the entire supply, I would say. So it could get running, I'm not gonna lie. We shall see, I guess. Only time will tell. How about that? And they will bow to you once they fill up your tank in Japan. There you go, Zach. Is that how it goes? They bow to you once you fill up your tank, huh? That's pretty wild. They in Japan they must fill up your gas for you, like New Jersey. And Oracle, the option change suggests a slow grinding recovery rather than an immediate V-shaped breakout. So thank you for that one. See a lot of defensive institutional post something on Oracle. I'm not sure what you're even saying. Wall Street's accumulating Oracle at a discount, but hedging heavily right there. So there you go. And that is Oracle right there. And it is in an interesting spot, that's for sure. We'll see if it tries to roll off of there. And let's see. Would you say Trump's going to bankrupt us, the nation? Yeah, probably. Rubio says the U.S.-Iran war is over. What's up with that? When did he say that? I have no idea. And the predictive betting we were talking about. How crazy was that guy? I forgot we were even doing that. That was a couple minutes we were going through that. If you didn't listen to the beginning or whenever we were doing it, I nailed the 5-minute trade like it was crazy over here. Wow, look at that thing take that big dip down there. God, we would have nailed that all the way down. That would have been crazy, guys. Oh, we would have smoked that 5-minute trade right there on that thing. We would have crushed this every single time. Oh man, we should have stayed on. We should have just did that the entire night. Here comes 11:15. How about that? It's down, everybody. There you go. And how interesting. Wow, look at that. Yeah, we crushed this thing. Anyway, we were doing that too, having 5-minute trading on the old poly market there, having fun with that. If you didn't see that, and the U.S. can't go bankrupt because you know why? We just keep printing more money. It doesn't matter. It issues its own currency. Exactly. Real risks are higher, debt cost rates, less flexibility. Those long predate Trump's tariffs will outlast the one-time refunds. So there you go. And what are the predictive markets saying about Iran? Well, that's a good question. Their laptop travel. Let's see what the geopolitical stuff is saying. U.S. announces end of Iran blockade by the end of what? Let's see. We need some charts here, though. I don't like when they don't have the charts. Let me see. Does anything have a chart for me to look at? U.S. Iran. No, where the heck are the charts at? I don't know. Embedded. No. Huh. I like when there's a chart. I'm not sure. That don't look like a chart. Any of these have charts? Putin. Nope. I'm not sure where the charts are. Laptop travel. I don't know. Here's some. No. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm getting tired, so let's just cruise through the rest of these. I'll look at these later. How's that? And we'll see what I'll take a look and see if I can find the charts for them. And what will the national debt be at the end of Trump's term? 10 trillion. We're already over that. I don't even know. Add another 10 trillion, maybe. Who the heck knows? And yeah, did you see that 3U's right there? That thing was flying, Michael Anthony. Look at that thing. You're saying it's over. It may spike up tomorrow in the morning, but it will come back down, obviously. It ran up pretty big. Trump's become the bigger fool that should finish the war by Michael Anthony. And yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be looking good for these midterms, that's for sure. And he better get something figured out. I don't know what he's going to do, but he better do something. And you think New Jersey will bankrupt me long before Trump? Yeah, I agree, Lewis. Right? Yeah, New Jersey's definitely bankrupting me before Trump. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's become almost like impossible to even live in New Jersey. It doesn't even matter how much money you make; it's just almost impossible anymore. Between all the bills are just up like 4 times what they used to be like a year ago. It's like things don't rise that fast, that much. I mean, it's just astronomical crazy. Me and Luis Rodriguez are already talking about moving somewhere, I guess, because we both can't afford this damn state anymore. It's out of control, guys. It's crazy. Lewis has a great job and he trades great, and he can't even afford it. So go think about that. I mean, it's that crazy around here. And New Jersey is mob controlled, the mob being the corrupt politicians. Yeah, like Norcross, that guy. I love like on his Facebook page because I see it pops up for some odd reason. Um He's always like he has something to comment on Trump about everything. This guy Norcross steals more money than everybody combined. I mean, this guy. I'm not saying Trump's not doing shady stuff. Sorry about that, Emma. But yeah, this guy Norcross, he's the most corrupt dude you'd ever meet. I mean, Jesus, you couldn't trust this guy. You wouldn't trust this guy with like anything. And he posts stuff like he's like this like high horse guy. I mean, he is so corrupt. It's so corrupt. They actually, it drives me nuts in my town. There's a special ed school. It's been in my town forever since I was a kid. It's been here my entire life. Let's put it this way. And it's a really big school, like for special ed kids, and it's a really good school. And Norcross, I don't even know what he donated to him, Luis Rodriguez, but he had him change the name. So it's like the name of the school, Norcross School. Like this guy is such a piece of work. I just want to go scribble it out and just be like, yo, get this guy's name off of this sign. This guy is the most corrupt person on the planet. He shouldn't have his name on anything except on like a prison cell. That's what he should have his name on. And yeah, and I'm not even kidding. This dude, him and his brother, Norcross, they threw out all the trial, the whatever his court thing, his lawsuits and all that stuff got all tossed out when the new governor came in. I mean, they're so corrupt. It's so crazy, guys. I could talk about it forever, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, Norcross and New Jersey are going to definitely bankrupt us way before Trump's going to get our money. Let's put it that way, lad. I'm not even worried about Trump. Let's put it that way. If you live in New Jersey, you wouldn't even care what Trump was doing. You'd be like, can New Jersey figure it out first so I can do something here? So yeah, it's crazy. And they have a stronghold on the political mechanism in this state. It's just insane, guys. It's literally out of control. Anyway, oversold that any highs will dip like ONDS may bounce off 827. We did look at ONDS and it did pull back a little bit right there. Yeah, you could have a little bounce, but it's looking kind of hard there, though. Michael Anthony, you could come through that MACD right there and dip down a little bit more. I'm not going to lie. I'll be looking for that tomorrow. Obviously, you could get the bounce play, but it looks like it wants to come down a little harder. And you have some experience with road projects in New Jersey, mob contracts. She said that's funny. Everyone should know that on Bloomberg Talking. What is he talking about? Michael Anthony, what the heck are you talking about? Everyone should know that on Bloomberg Talking. What are they talking? I don't know. They're talking smack with Zach, I guess. Who the heck knows what he's talking about? And from what you've heard, the show, Luis Rodriguez, it makes sense. You also have Wall said, "Oh yeah, you're Minnesota. You guys are just out there. You guys are as much crazy as New Jersey with Waltz as your governor. I mean, that guy's out of his mind. I mean, that guy wanted to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. I mean, that alone makes you completely out of your mind. That one thing, you can never recover from that. That's why his name will always be Tampon Tim, and it should be. I mean, you should never recover from a comment like that. Yeah, put tampons in boys' bathroom. All right, how about no? And you need to stop being the governor. How about that answer? Holy cow, what a maniac. I mean, Jesus, what a wacko. And then let all the Somalians steal all the money and be like, oh, it's fine, everybody, it's all good. What an idiot. That guy is a moron. I'm not gonna lie, but he might be the dumbest governor there is. And Zach, you're lucky you live in a state. How lucky are you? Anyway, and let's see what else is going on. And regarding mob controlled, uh, not mob, but he's a more. I said the same thing. He is a moron. Yeah, you're right. That guy is a moron. That Waltz. He is. He's got to be like the dumbest dude. I mean, I won't say on earth, but he's got to be one of the dumbest politicians, and they're all pretty retarded, I'll say. But he's got to be right up there. I mean, like I said, let's put tampons in boys' bathrooms. Let's not, dude. Let's not even say that ever again. And you should be fired for the rest of your life. So there you go. And how about what else is going on? Oh, Weeble has a 30-second chart. I'll have to check that out. And Trump bought mRNA on Moderna on March 2nd and March 17th, and then sold on May 18th. So most of his position remains. How crazy is that? Guys, isn't that not crazy? Trump was buying Moderna before all that ran. I'm sure he was. Why would he not? I'm sure not only Trump had it, I'm sure Barron had like all the calls from yesterday. Like that went up 9,000,000%. No, they literally went up over 500,000%, guys. It's like crazy stuff you see. Like, look at these things. You're talking 541,000% right there. That call went up. I mean, that's insane. How crazy is that, guys? So, yeah, there you go. How about that? And Barron had them all. So I'm sure everybody loves that. And here we go. Let's see. If Trump bought ahead of the Moderna news, he has 45 days to report that, unless he used some proxy account. You know what they do, Laptop Travel? They only get fined $200 for not reporting. So they make 2 trillion, and then they pay the $200 fine for not reporting it on time. It's pretty crazy. They should lose the entire trade, and then it should get divvied out to the American people. That's what they should do, but that'll never happen. And so yeah, there you go. 2,671 millionaires were made on Moderna call options. That's insane, guys. That, who the heck knew the Bidas thing? I mean, it didn't look that great right there. That's not a look where you go, oh, yeah, that's going to run like crazy. You had to have known something was happening if you were going to do it. So, yeah, I would say you would never have had options on that thing like that. There's no way. There's no way you were buying options on that thing. So anyway, there you go. And Joseph Levy hanging out, and his daughter Emma as well. And they were in Wildwood today, so I hope they had a good time. And let's see what else is going on here. And let's see. Let me cruise down here. If you missed with a laser, what if it goes beyond the drones and into space and takes out satellites? Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why we can't use a laser, Laptop Travel. That's why we need the laser to shoot at the drone, but not the laser to work. It just jams it up, and that tricks them. I think they think that the laser's firing them out of the sky, but literally, it's not the laser. We're just jamming them up. So get to work there, Joseph Levy. Build that thing, and we'll be perfect. We'll all be wealthy. Let's put it that way. And let's see what else is going on over here. Let me see. You need to design a head protection that can withstand the force of. Oh yeah, you're not kidding. 25-ton jack. Yeah, you're not kidding. That's what I really need to do. But I'm not jacking up any more houses anymore. At least I'm not trying to. I mean, if I do, I must be out of my mind if I try to jack up another house at this point. I've jacked up a lot of houses too. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of houses I've done. No more. It only takes one injury to say, I'm not doing that again. That's crazy. So, yeah, how about that? AI powered smart jammer. What is it called? Dead drone. Dead drone Defender 2 jams a drone over 300 meters away. Well, that's pretty cool there, I must say. And let's see what else is going on. Musical car. Oh, you like Tilder World and the musical cars? That's funny. The musical cars. Is that the thing that spun like around really, really fast and then spins you backwards? Is that the one that you're talking about? And I know that because that Tilder World, I think, is kind of near that, if I'm correct. But yeah, I know you guys were on that pier. Is the first one? Yeah, I think that's the first. I'm pretty confused. I'm pretty tired. I can't remember right now. Anyway, there you go. And let's see. We looked at Elon and Elan. I mean, and NLST. I think I looked at that already. And D drone. Google it. We'll have to Google that. And the average price of U.S. ground beef jumped 9% year over year in July to a record $7.10 per ounce or per pound. I mean, ground beef packages have surged 65% since the end of 2019. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Meanwhile, steak prices surged 10% year over year last month to a record $13.10 per pound, up 70% since December of 2019. Oh, we were supposed to look at Chipotle today. That was looking pretty good right there. Let's see. Oh, it did run. We were looking at that bad boy. And let's see. We were talking about Magic Johnson. Moderna's news is milestones, which marks the first successful late stage trial for an mRNA cancer vaccine in history. I'm glad you guys explained it to me, so I appreciate it because I couldn't make sense of it. It will change the way medications are produced in the future, and it's proof of concept. So thank you very much. 91 was when Magic Johnson happened. And let's see what else is going on. Medication keeps the numbers way down, so it's not even traceable. We were talking about the money and all that good stuff and all that nonsense we were talking about. Galt was looking good right there. And let's see, so many companies will lose billions if there was a cure. Oh, God, yeah, they're not making cures for anything. Thank you, Jared. I had mentioned that my mom had passed from cancer, so appreciate that. And Laptop said, do you honestly think a whistleblower, some conscientious worker would not leak the truth if they had a cure? Well, Laptop Travel, you know what I think it is? I think it's one of these things where executives know, and that's about it. Like two executives, that's how they keep it. It's like the Coca-Cola secret. And you keep that thing locked up away and nobody knows because they already know what kind of money they make. So I do think a few people know in the medical field, but I think it's a very well kept secret. And the people that know about it, they make a lot of money from it. And if they ever said anything, they'd lose a lot of money from it. So I think it's one of them kind of deals there, Laptop Travel, to be honest with you. And I know things are hard to keep under wraps, but they've kept plenty of things under wraps. The CIA does it all the time. They can make up stories. They can do things where you just don't even know what's going on, what the truth would be. So, yeah, I would think that something like that could have happened. Absolutely. And so, yeah, there you go. And most cannot afford good healthcare. You can't afford a good healthcare. It's crazy, that's for sure. And lots of fools buying at those levels. I forget what we were talking about there, Michael Anthony, but I read it out when you were saying it. And let's see what else is happening here. We'll have to wrap up the show. Emma's hot. Emma, it's bedtime. It's like 11:30. It's definitely past my bedtime, that's for sure. And they made drugs for animals. That's what that animal drug company was that we were talking about. Emma says, you're funny, Dougie, if your son takes after you. Might be able to set up. That's pretty funny. Thanks. And what was this one? NLST. Let's see what this is right here. That's the one. No, I don't see that. It's still NLSI is the only thing that comes up. I don't know what that is there. I'm not sure why it doesn't come up. But anyway, Netlist is the company. Let me see. Netlist. No, I don't even see that. It must be like a crazy OTC because it's not even coming up on here. And that one usually picks up everything. So I have no idea. I'll have to look into it. I'll Google it and check it out. Their shares surged to a 3-year high. Stock seen impressive gains, 440%. I'd say that's impressive right there. And let's see. I'm glad Emma was laughing out loud. And so, yeah, good stuff right there. People are scared of what they don't understand. You're not kidding, Jared. And nowadays, I'm telling you, you go to a doctor's and they're just like, here, I'll be back. And then they just go in the next room, they pick up their phone, they chat GPT it. Like, you couldn't have done that before you came in. And then they tell you an answer. It's like, hey, guys, I could have done that before I got here. Like, it's not like, it's not that hard to ask ChatGPT what the problem is here and get an answer. So yeah, it's kind of fascinating. I'm not gonna lie. And what did you say? You know what? I just realized that you and my dad are the same person in the brain, and my dad might be crazy too. Yeah, you're probably right. And your dad suffered some serious stuff too. I can assure you of that from the story I've heard in the military. I'm pretty sure he got banged up pretty good too. And yeah, anyone with brain trauma, I'm telling you, it's a different way of work. It's a different way of life. You're never going to be the same, and you like are always adapting to things. And just a bizarre way of world. It's a bizarre way of living. I'm not going to lie. And obviously, depending on how bad it is and this and that. And so, yeah, crazy stuff. And Zach liked the story about the therapist. You like that she sat in her closet with a cat on her lap? That was pretty great. I loved it. I wish I could have taken a screenshot of that, Zach. I was just sitting there blown away. I'm sitting there like, I'm talking to this lady. She got a cat on her lap. Like, and like she's petting the cat. And I'm like, I was just trying to play along with it because I try to be nice. And I'm like, why has this lady got a cat on her? Like, this is the craziest thing ever. How am I supposed to concentrate? I can't concentrate when like there's nothing going on. There's a cat sitting on this lady's lap. How am I supposed to talk to her? I mean, it was insane. Anyway, yeah, so I made the executive decision. I quit that. Stone is this Stone Cold right here? They should do well. I mean, it's definitely ice cream season, that's for sure. If that's what this is, I would assume it's Stone Cold Creamery, right? If it pops up. Oh no, it's not. I'm totally wrong. This is like this is Spanish or something. I don't even know what this is. What do these dudes do? It's in Spanish, that's for sure. We can get the English page if you want. Here you go. They're serving Brazilian entrepreneurs. No idea. It looks pretty good. This curl up there, Michael Anthony. I'm not familiar with it at all. Let's put it that way. So there you go. Yeah, hopefully I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hit up your dad, Emma, and I might get to meet you guys. That would be cool. And didn't you say Coin looked good the other day? Yeah, I did say that the other day, Luis Rodriguez. It definitely popped. That's for sure. I even said yesterday after it dipped, I was like, maybe it didn't look so good, but I bet it'll pop. And it did. I had to go back. I'm telling you, the whole show last night, I probably could have clipped. It was crazy. The last two shows, Sunday and last night, or whenever, Monday, last night. I don't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday. Maybe they were Monday and last night. I have no idea. But anyway, there you go. Pretty soon we're gonna be trading. We're gonna be trading live during the live show, during our stocks and stuff, because the market's gonna be running live right now in December probably. It's going to be 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. So it's going to be absolutely crazy. Let me just wrap it up right here with Paige and then see what I don't even see anything. What is that? You guys are asking me all kinds of ones I can't even find tonight. Trying to confuse me. We just looked at that one. I don't know what the other one was going. And let's see what else is going on. About the bonds being bought, that's going to hurt the debt. And let's see. And Emma just fell asleep while still listening to the show. That's great. That's awesome. Awesome there, Joseph Levy. Hope you guys are enjoying your time. That was only like 10 minutes ago. So there you go. And just one house that jacked you. It only took that one house. My buddy's house definitely jacked me up. I jacked up a bunch of houses. That house jacked me up for sure. And I won't tell the other story. I'll tell the other story about his house and another night. It's a great story. I'll definitely tell it, but I'm not going to tell it tonight. We told enough great stories tonight. And so, yeah. There you go, everybody. And it's on the first and second period. That's what I thought said. A musical car ride. Yeah, I know exactly which one. It used to be like my dad's favorite ride. I'm not going to lie. And I was standing in front of that thing this year with my dad talking about it. Like, yeah, it used to be your favorite ride right there. And you love that second story. I don't even know which one it was. I had so many stories. I told you the therapist story, the psychiatrist story, and all kinds of good stories. Told you about the, what else? Phillies game. What the heck else were we even talking about? Moderna, all kinds of crazy stuff tonight. I mean, what a show, I must say. Over 2.5 hours, that's for sure. So we are going to wrap it up because I'm exhausted. And Joseph Levy said, yes, uranium, not to be confused with Uranus. Exactly. So end it on that. Don't get confused with Uranus right there. And about the house too. You love that second story about the house. So yeah, there you go, everybody. So fascinating show right there. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Zach, Joseph Levy, great always having you on here. And your daughter Emma, tell her that we said good night to her. And hope you guys have fun. I'll hit you up, Joseph Levy, and we'll try to meet up this weekend if we can. And let's see. And as a matter of fact, Joseph Levy, I'll hit you up. I'll just tell you why, and I hit you up. And everybody else, Jared, I'm always appreciative that you always hang out, and everybody else. And I'm sure our good friend Austin, he was on here. Austin, he was excited for the show today. He was like, holy cow, dude, this is going to be a crazy show, considering we were just talking about crypto go ripping. He was the one that brought it up, like I said. So good job, Austin. Nice call. So make sure you point things out like that in the future. That's why I say I love doing the show with everybody, because we see all this crazy stuff and you get to go through it all. And sometimes I miss some things here or there, but you guys point them out, and then it puts it on our radar, and everybody can benefit from it. And again, Moderna, I would have never seen. I went back 100 times today, and I said, there's nothing I would have seen there. So had to have been some inside information or something. Trump's family was the one buying it up, no one else. So Moderna's owners and CEOs and executives and Trump's family, that's who bought Moderna up and made a ton of money. They were all your millionaires made there today. So very interesting. And tomorrow we are going to look at this EOSE right here. It is looking pretty good. It's trying to get set up. It looks like it's trying to get there. So keep an eye on that, everybody. And I hope you guys enjoyed the night. Thanks again for everybody tuning in, and all information presented here is for educational, informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thanks again. Like I said, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in the morning. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. Have a great night. And I will see you guys at 9 in the Discord. So have a good night, everybody.